Shagulam.
Kashi is here. Good evening to one and all. Friends, it gives me immense pleasure for today's session. We have Advocate CA Shilpa ma'am, Shilpa Singare ma'am, and we have our chairman sir, dynamic and very hardworking CA Ketan Sayya sir, and vice chairman sir Piyush Chandak sir. And yes, with this, may I request first we will have ICI motto. May I request to play ICI motto?
य एष सुप्तेषु जाग्रति य एष सुप्तेषु जाग्रति कामं 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 कामपुरुषो पुरुषो निर्विमाणः निर्विमाणः तदेव शुक्रं तदेव शुक्रदब्रह्मा तदब्रह्मा तदेवामृतमुच्यते तस्मिन् लोकः शतः सर्वे तदूनात्यपि कश्चन एतद्वैता 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 एतद्वैता.
Thank you. Friends, in this year, under the leadership of Chairman Sir, we have planned n number of activities and n number of programs. And not only this, we have around 10 study groups from which we have, one for cooperative societies and also, and yesterday one we had on RERA. So there was, a lot of interactions happening at study groups as well. So requesting for your uh, active participation in that, because members who are in MMRDA are requested to come physically and join, for which certain CPRs also will be granted, and the one who are residing outside MMRDA will be can attend virtually. The links shall be shared. And with this, may I request our Vice Chairman Sir to come and address us. Over to you, Piyush sir.
Thank you, Chinal Madam. Honorable Chairman of WIRC Ketan Sayya sir, Honorable Speaker and past Regional Council Member, Senior Regional Council Member, CA and Advocate Shilpa Madam, and all the participants. I welcome all of you to this WOW program. And we are, along with those programs online, we are also having various programs at WIRC and also at various places. WIRC is going and conducting programs for the benefit of members. Along with that, one or two initiatives I would like to highlight over here. Recently, WIRC has floated an appeal to all the members to have a Nyay Setu, a program named as Nyay Setu, wherein we were trying to have experts of various legal aspects and to help members in case of any kind of legal actions on them from various agencies. Because at that time in the panic situation, we don't know where to go and what to take help of. And even if you call us at WIRC, we will not be able to help because we will not be like having the knowledge of each and every law and aspects. So we are having a panel of experts in the subject, and we had floated an inquiry request and appeal to all the members. Till now, we have got around 130 such people on the board, and we are now creating various subject-wise expertise panel so that members will get help from those panelists in case of any need in the 11th hour. Along with that, we have another initiative in the field of CSR. Fortunately, I have been given this responsibility as the chairman of CSR committee. And this year we are creating a list of NGOs who are actually working for the benefit of public at large. And the project name is given Sarathi. Seva Sarathi. Seva Sarathi is the name given to this project, wherein we are creating a list of eligible NGOs, and those NGOs will be like scrutinized with the help of our experts for the compliance, for the actual use of the funds and everything. And then we are going to vouch those compliant NGOs to the various corporates, wherein we will be like trying to vouch them for their activities. And for this, we are like trying to bridge the gap between the corporates as well as those NGOs who are in need of funds. And so that by that way, we think that we are also helping the society at large, and this will also be the brand building activity for CA profession. Nowadays, like wherein as we say and as it is heard everywhere that CS signature carries very much importance. Likewise, if at WIRC is preparing such a list and we are vouching those activities for those NGOs, I guess that CS companies also will be very much happy to give funds to those eligible NGOs. There are very many activities which WIRC is undertaking, and I'll request Jinal Madam to throw light, and also to our chairman to throw light on some more activities. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chairman sir. As rightly said by Vice Chairman sir, all our activities, upcoming activities are there on website. So I request all of you to keep visiting our website and looking forward for your active participation. With this, may I request our dynamic chairman CA Ketan Sayya sir to address us.
Thank you, Jinal Madam. May I request backend team to display the initiatives of WIRC, which we are displaying on the website also. Meanwhile, my heartiest congratulations to Shilpa Madam for already taking one session physically in the WIRC. We as a regional council member don't come as a speaker, and Shilpa Tai was last 3 terms. She was a wonderful regional council member and lot of input. Tai, we are missing you. Today also we have executive committee and we took a break and came. But a lot of time we remember you in the meeting that, the meetings with Shilpa Tai were, very, very active. But
So nice
nonetheless,
of
we
you.
took an advantage of her getting term completed, and we, catch holder of making her as a speaker on the cooperative and RERA. She has been an expert on this topic, and there are people who have immensely benefited with her knowledge, and she has been, kind to support the fraternity, the entire CA fraternity into the cooperative and RERA sector. So, Shilpa Madam, thank you so much for always being available to WIRC. And as rightly told by Jinal Madam, yesterday we missed, of course, I know she's a bit busy with the personal commitment, and that's why she was not there. But otherwise, be it RERA study group, be it any cooperative program, she is our, one of the strong pillar in this entire area of cooperative as well as RERA. Of course, she is going to talk about opportunities, but let me just make one line mention that people used to think that cooperative audit matlab wohi 30 rupiya, 50 rupiya, 100 rupiya per member milega. But we have practitioner like her, where she will tell and guide us that what kind of fees we charge in case of formation of cooperative society. It goes into lakhs of rupees. Also, there are opportunities in RERA, which she is going to talk, and n number of opportunities. Let me tell you that. And this sector was perhaps very, very neglected sector, and chartered accountant were staying away from cooperative. But with opening up of the opportunities, I think one of the best area to practice, and with least problems, I think you can, handle the good cooperative, big cooperative audit, be it, the other cooperative or housing cooperative. There are big societies, those you can handle, and you can, do a lot of activities, be it, sort of the audit exercise, or be it, formation, be it deemed conveyance, be it, RERA matters. I think there are n number, and she's going to talk about this. Coming to the opportunities, I am also not going to talk about all of them. They are displayed. But one which we have reinitiated is Niryat. On 20th of May, there is a Niryat series, opportunities in UAE. So may I request all of you to please look forward at this program. There are members who have got benefited out of Niryat series, and they have got the opportunities in abroad. Somebody is doing, accounting work of Australia. Somebody is doing, work of UK. So I wish that attending this program of UAE also, the members find opportunity and they grab those opportunities which are available. So 20th May, please mark opportunities in UAE. This Saturday, we are celebrating Accounting Standard Day, and we have curated a fantastic program. I request all of you to participate in that, and we have worthy speaker, and they are going to talk about, there'll be 3 panel discussion. The worthy past president Mukund Chitle sir is going to, do the inaugural talk, and post that we have 3 fantastic session lined up, which will, be a refreshing in the field of auditing. Currently the season is at peak, and if you attend one such session also, or one such day's program, I think lot of practical deliberation will happen, and the people attending will get benefited. In the coming month, we have 2 program, one focusing again for builder and developers. So please watch that. Maybe on 23rd, 24th of May, we are going to have one program dedicated for real estate sector, and various issues of direct tax, indirect tax opportunities will be dealt into this. Also, we are having one investment seminar, which is also being planned in the month and in the National Stock Exchange. There also, there are different opportunities in investment in gold, opportunities of investment into real estate, opportunities into, REIT fund, opportunities into alternative investment fund, all these being planned. So please go through the website of WIRC, stay connected with the Western India Regional Council, and these all initiative which you see, whether you want to participate as a speaker, as a coordinator, please tell us. Please go to WIRC site and look at my role at WIRC and fill up your entries in that. We'll be more than happy to, have you on board as a speaker, as a writer, as a coordinator. With this, thanking each one of you for joining this, and also special thanks to Shilpa Tai for always being available to the council. Thank you. Over to you, Jinal.
Thank you, Chairman Sir. As rightly said by Chairman Sir, all of us, we are, committed to serve and working for holistic development of our members and students. With this, may I request our today's coordinator, CA Shraddha Singhania, to formally introduce to our today's learned speaker and former regional council member, Advocate CA Shilpa Singhania ma'am. Over to you, Shraddha.
Thank you, Jeevan ma'am. Hello, everyone. We've all heard good things about Shilpa ma'am already, but let me just introduce her. By qualification, she is a chartered accountant and an advocate practicing at the Bombay High Court. She was also the past regional council member of WIRC and past treasurer of ICAI for the year 2016 and 17. She was also a technical director on the board of various companies. Apart from that, she has practiced CA for the last 20 years in the field of audit and taxation with bank audits and housing and multiple state cooperative society registrations. She's also practicing into RERA registration, compliances, and litigation matters. She's also an author and compiler of Housing Reference Manual for CCO and PO Committee of ICAI. And I think last but not the least, we should check her out on the YouTube channel, Sahakar Biswa, for various housing society and RERA related educational videos. Welcome, Shilpa ma'am. We look forward to
Thank you
this.
so much. Yeah. So, first of all, सगळ्यांना नमस्कार आणि अक्षय तृतीयेच्या हार्दिक शुभेच्छा. Very happy evening to all of you and happy Akshaya Tritiya to the office bearers, team WRC and all the participants. So this being the auspicious day, let me compliment and thank Honorable Chairman WRC Ketan Bhai, Vice Chairman Piyush Chandak, Secretary Jinal Shah Fenil, the office bearer and team WRC, Rekha Damankar, I think Cooperative Committee Chairperson, women and young member committee chairperson, Pinky Kedias, Vice Chair, so all of them for lining up this session on professional opportunities in cooperatives and RERA. Because as we say, today is auspicious day, so whatever opportunities I'm going to unfold today, maybe traditional and non-traditional. So we being the chartered accountants practicing, so domain field or domain practice area is audit, taxation, accounting. So I'll be talking about the traditional areas and of course the non-traditional areas, which even Ketan Bhai was trying to tell, like society formation. He was trying to throw light on a few of the remunerative areas. So I'll be dwelling upon those areas also. And thanks Shraddha, the coordinator, for introducing me in brief. And whatever initiatives, I mean, Jinal was talking about, or Ketan Bhai was talking about, or Piyush Chandak was talking about, it was impressive. Even the names, you have given, Nyay Setu, what is that? Sarthi, Seva Sarthi, Niryat, wonderful. I mean, it's so names are also so catchy. So my heartiest compliments and all the best wishes to Team WRC. And whenever you need, of course, as you said, I'm really tied up in my personal life more than the professional life, unfortunately. But whenever you need, I'm there. Yeah, thank you so much, and thanks for this opportunity. The second opportunity from the time you've taken up as a chairman, Ketan Bhai, and I think you being the faculty first, then the regional council member, and then the chairman, you know how it feels if you're not able to, if you're not given the chance to deliver the session, because that is your passion. And today the topic which is being allotted to me is my passion and as well as my profession. So once again, I thank Team WRC for organizing this session, and let's keep doing good work. As Shinul was saying, we are there to serve the fraternity, and that should be the motto. Yeah, and all the best to everybody. Yeah, and thanks for the participants. Whatever, I mean, even if it is 15 or 16, I feel any number about 10 is a good number for cooperatives. Yeah. And today, whatever I'm going to deal, or talk about the areas I will unfold, the opportunities, along with the fees that we quote. So I know this 10 people will go out, and then they'll give that to mouth publicity, as we say. They'll spread this knowledge. They will spread the message that what the other members they've missed who have not registered, or they don't know what is there in cooperatives and RERA. So first of all, let me give a little bit of background about the cooperatives, and then we'll move to RERA, which is 2017 special amendment, special statute or a welfare legislation. So we will talk about the opportunities in RERA field, because cooperatives and RERA is interlinked. They go hand in hand. So you cannot separate cooperatives, and you cannot, isolate RERA from cooperatives, because there are certain provisions in RERA which talks about the formation of the society, which talks about the conveyance, which talks about the handover, which talks about the certain responsibilities which are cast on the builder and developer. So that is why I said whenever we are keeping the session, it should be cooperatives and RERA. Now, to give a little bit background of cooperatives, because whenever I take offline lectures and I ask why CAs are not into this field, as in this cooperative field, as a practitioners, so the normal answer I get is the fees are very less, it is scary, it is risky, there are a lot of scams are happening, there are a lot of litigation, there are members are fighting. So so today I will be, my focus would be, of course, on housing cooperatives, which is one of the type of the cooperative. So if I have to give you a background of the cooperative is a state subject. And when I say state subject, that means every state in India, we have got cooperatives. Yeah, each state has got a cooperative law. And we also have a constitutional amendment that took place in 2012. So there is a separate article which got inserted in Constitution. Constitution got amended so that there should be pan-India standardization of the cooperative law, because as I said, it's a state subject. If each state was having a provision, different provisions as far as the audits are concerned, the appointment of the auditors are concerned, the elections are concerned, the management aspects are concerned. Then the AGM, somewhere it was happening in June, somewhere in July, somewhere in August, somewhere in September. So that pan-India standardization was mandated, right? And then Constitutional Amendment 2012, then every state was given a mandate to amend their local act. And accordingly, in Maharashtra, the act got amended in 2030. So in Maharashtra, we are guided by Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act 1960, Rules 1961. So if I have to talk about legal framework, and if you see the Cooperative Act across India, they are more or less the provisions are same. Like if you take Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act 1960, and if you take Gujarat State Cooperative, hardly one or two sections here and there. Even the section numbering is same, and even the provisions are same. So whatever we are going to talk about today, maybe since we are in Maharashtra, we are talking about the Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act, but per se it will applicable to even other states. The same provisions are applicable. So 2013 Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act got amended, and then the rules got introduced in September 2014. So if we have to talk about the legal framework within which a cooperative society has to function, and when I say cooperative society, that means it's not only housing. Cooperative society in Maharashtra, if you say see the MCS Act, Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act, and if you see Rule 69 basically. So you can find the classification of the societies and you can find the classification of the auditor. And if you see that Rule 69, there itself you'll come to know that there are 50 plus types of societies in Maharashtra. So when I say 50 plus types of societies in Maharashtra, that means housing is one of them, right? So for example, if I have to give an example, like whenever you are getting up, सुबह हम लोग जो उठते हैं तो सबसे पहले शुरुआत में बेड टी चाय होती है, तो चाय में जो शुगर आता है दैट कम्स फ्रॉम शुगर फैक्ट्री, जो मिल्क आता है दैट कम्स फ्रॉम डेयरी. अमूल इज अ इंटरनेशनल ब्रांड एज एवरीबody knows, right? Then whatever clothing we are wearing, they are coming for the spinning mills, which is run basically on the cooperatives. हमको थोड़ा डोमेस्टिक आई मीन कुछ हाउस होल्ड आइटम्स हमको परचेस करने, तो नॉर्मली वी प्रेफर डीमार्ट और मे बी अपना बाजार. सो दीज आर द डिपार्टमेंटल स्टोर्स व्हिच आर रन ऑन द cooperative principle, consumer cooperative societies we call them. If you are having some extra amount of money, every person, everybody knows that there is a risk factor is there in cooperatives, but still just to get that 25 basis points or 50 basis points more interest, we park some fund at least in cooperatives, right? So we have urban cooperative bank or the cooperative banks, Pata Sanstha, we have salary earners societies, we have labor societies, we have forest societies, and number of societies. So if you see Rule 69 basically, of Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act, you will find the categorization of the societies and the auditors, and there are 50 plus types of this type of. So for a chartered accountant, this is the area, this is the volume, this is the arena of work which is in front of you. Now, me as a chartered accountant, why we are not into this practice? One part is it's financial, like I'm not getting the remuneration. But the reason could be because we are chartered accountants. So when we do our CA syllabus is centralized syllabus. So I'm not taught about the state law or state subject per se. So what I have is glance through a study or maybe few chapters on multi-state cooperative, which is central cooperative law, which is applicable for a cooperative society who is functioning, in two different states, minimum two different states. So let's say a cooperative bank having head office in Maharashtra and branch in Gujarat. So it will be governed not by the local state act of Maharashtra or Gujarat, but it will be governed under so the regulator will be central registrar who's sitting in Delhi, right? So what I'm taught about is the multi-state, but I'm not knowing the Gujarat local state act or the Goa local state act or Maharashtra local state act. So that is one challenge that we have, and where I'm doing the articleship. So if my principal, my employer is not into practice of this cooperatives or RERA, so naturally when I become a chartered accountant, I tend to it's not my interest to go for the cooperatives and RERA because I'm not exposed during my articleship to all these things or all these areas, right? So today I will try to unfold all those areas and how I have taken up this, what made me to take up cooperatives and RERA as my practicing area, and the sectoral expertise, how it's benefiting you, because what I feel is as a chartered accountant anyway, traditional काम तो हर कोई कर रहा है, but it is advisory and consultancy which pays you a lot. People will chase you. You are sought after personality or an expert, so people will come to you for written opinions and consultancy, and even if you don't have time, they will wait for you to line up the meeting. So the advisory and consultancy is something where you get freedom, you get flexibility also, and your activities are not staff dependent activity. And if you ask me personally as a female practitioner, because
मैम कैमरा ऑन करेंगे सुबह में?
sorry,
आपका कैमरा बंद है मैम.
कैमरा मैंने
Okay.
बंद किया था for better
Okay.
bandwidth.
Okay.
Yeah. In between I will switch on. Yeah. So if
Okay,
you
madam.
ask, yeah. So if you ask me as a female practitioner, I mean, we should not be discriminating on the gender, but still we have to accept one fact that being a female practitioner, we have to balance our personal life and professional life. So I feel for a female chartered accountant, this cooperative is going to be a launching pad, where you can balance your personal and professional life, and you can earn a handsome amount of revenue rather than going into for industry, traveling. You will be out for 12 hours in a day. So that is a good thing. And for youngsters who have just passed out, they should also know what is there. I mean, this sector is, it's waiting for all the youngsters, young chartered accountants, for the advisory, the consultancy, for the traditional and non-traditional areas both. And those who are seniors, those who have already into practice for over 20 years or 25 years, let's say, so they can also think of this area of cooperatives and RERA. They can have one vertical in their office. Let's say your son or daughter is a chartered accountant, or your son-in-law, daughter-in-law is a chartered accountant, and they're joining you in your firm, right? So you can think of, having one vertical of this cooperatives and RERA. Because this practice is really a practice which is, as Ketan Bhai was rightly saying, it's a neglected or ignored area, we would say, because of the reasons I have given. And this sector is basically monopolized, or it is controlled or centralized in the hands of the other professionals like advocates, legal professional or legal fraternity, who are, dominating this field, and they are really earning handsome revenue from this sector. And the best part of this practicing, the best part of practicing in this sector is because when you're practicing as a chartered accountant, whatever traditional areas you do, you are doing audits, statutory audits, tax audit, you'll be filing annual returns, GST returns, income tax returns. Your revenue or your fees, this year's fees, you will be getting next year. Because your client will say, "Hey, sir, आपने तो tax audit किया है, आपने तो statutory audit किया है, तो next year adjust कर लेना, या फिर इसमें 5,000 कम करो, 10,000." So that negotiation वाला जो चीज है ना, वो कभी मुझे अच्छा ही नहीं लगता था. भले ही it's not 10 assignments, I will do one assignment, but it should be a graceful assignment, and payment should come gracefully. That is how I used to practice. I mean, it can be a limited portfolio of clients, but whatever payments you are getting, it should be graceful. And at the end of the year or at the end of the month, my outstanding should be zero. That is how I practiced over more than 20 years, just like advocates, because advocate to abhi 3-4 saal pehle main advocate bani hu. But then even when I was a chartered accountant, I was practicing that unless and until I get the advance, I will not start any of the assignments, whether it is income tax return, or whether you want consultancy or you want written opinion. So this sector, why I'm emphasizing on this particular point is because when you want your fees for the work you have done, you are behind the client for the fees, and that is so cheap. It is disgraceful. You have done the work. आपने दिन रात उसको, रात को 3 बजे 3:30 बजे बैठ के उसका रिटर्न फाइल किया, उसको पेनल्टी ना लगे, उसको इंटरेस्ट ना लगे, इसके लिए हम लोगों ने कितना प्लानिंग किया. We have structured his finances, his accounts, everything from the income tax point of view, from the GST point of view, and all. And that person is not, that person or that client is not serious about the time you have invested in his filings or in his work or in his assignment, because he has to pay from his pocket. So here it's like individual has to pay from the pocket. So you will have that challenge. But in case of cooperatives, what happens? Who is going to pay you? It is a cooperative society, which is a legal entity, which is formed under the respective state act. So here it is a pool of money of all the members of that society. So there is no, I mean, issue for the committee members. Once you are done with the assignment, you raise the invoice. Maybe you can have, internal terms like within 7 days from raising the invoice, I should get the payment in your engagement letter or appointment letter, and you will get the payment gracefully. So, at least for me, it never happened that I did not get any payment. I've done the assignment, and that is why I feel even from that perspective, if you have to think of, then this sector is really waiting, and everybody should, jump into it. And when I say cooperatives or RERA, so it's not restricted only to housing, as I said, because there are 50 plus types of societies. But along with cooperatives, there are other areas, there are allied laws in which, you need not be an expert. You need not be an expert. Please listen to me carefully. You need not be an expert, but at least you should know something of each that allied law. Because if you want to practice in real estate, then you should know allied law means okay, the Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act. Then somewhere in Pune, let's say the builders are not forming cooperatives, they're forming condominiums, right? So apartments. So you should know something about the Apartment Act 1970. You should know something about Transfer of Property Act. You should know something about Registration Act. You should know something about MCGM Act. Because whatever approvals builders are taking, whatever certificates are generated by the corporation. So MCGM Act, or that if you are in Mumbai, or then you should be knowing that. You should be knowing the MMRDA Act. You should be knowing SRA. You should be knowing CIDCO Act. You should be knowing MHADA Act. You should be knowing ULC. So n number of acts, and then there are two allied laws, and then there are two acts which are special acts which come to your rescue as a practitioner. Because if you're clueless, don't know how to start with the assignment which is coming to you for the first time, and you're clueless because you have never handled any cooperative assignment or a RERA assignment, then the RTI, Right to Information Act, is something which you should take benefit of. Because in each and every session which I deliver, I keep telling the participant that you should know that there is this special act called RTI, where you can take the inspection of the file, and then you get to know, okay, these are the things I need for this assignment. Existing some client or existing some file, you can take the inspection. You can get the Xerox copies also by paying the fees. So that will give a little bit of grip or feel about the assignment. And then the next thing is Right to Public Service Act. Because if you are taking the assignment from a client, and you are clueless, you're doing it for the first time without involving any other professional or any other friend of yours who is expert. Most of the time people feel that I should be doing it on my own, but if it is your first assignment, I would suggest that you should be doing it in networking. And that is why I will also say that networking is something which will work here if you want to take the cooperative and RERA practice. So when I say networking means it's not that CA Shilpa Shingare will be alone practicing, or maybe advocate Shilpa Shingare will be able to deal with the assignment. No, I should be having a CAs in my loop. I should be having advocates in my loop. I should be having city survey officers, BMC retired officers, civil engineers, architects. Because for each and every assignments, like let's say if you are doing the dim conveyance assignment, you need architect certificate every time, so you should have a rapport with the architect. So it's like social, that networking of the professional is something which you should be into. And that is why you need to be part of various organizations. Why I'm telling you this, because I'm just trying to create the base for you, just thought process. I'm just setting the tone for the opportunities that I'm going to unfold. Because unless and until that interest is developed in you, why I should be listening to Shilpa, what is that she's going to talk about in the next 1 hour or 1.5 hours. So the part is that these are the things which I think it's very, very important for all of you to understand that, okay, yeah, this is what it is. So let me take interest. So I want to we are here, as a WRC, we are here to ignite each one of you, because everybody is welcome in this field. Because as I said, this field is very unorganized. This field has seen a lot of ups and downs. It is of utmost importance that you, ups and downs, utmost importance, unorganized. And at the same time, this field is unorganized and not at par, or people are not liking it just because you are not there. You, as a chartered accountant, as an advisor, as a consultant, you are missing. That you're not at all in picture in this particular sector. And that is why I strongly feel that each and every chartered accountant, that is my dream rather. Because as for 9 years in WRC, I could effectively contribute for first 3 years or 4 years, and I tried my level best, to talk about these opportunities, to bring the representation across, Goa state, Gujarat state, and Maharashtra state cooperative act. So our intention is to expose this field to you. It's unexplored. Let's explore the unexplored. That used to be my tagline or catchline. So with this little bit background, let's try to understand what is that I'm going to tell you, or what are the opportunities that I'm going to talk about. So as I said, there are 54 types of societies. The legal framework within which a cooperative society, what is cooperative basically is 5 or 10 people, they come together. If it is a housing cooperatives in Maharashtra, the number 10, minimum 10 people, a person from different families, they should come together and then they can form the cooperatives. So it's like common pool of the expenses, income, and then it will be distributed by way of a dividend. Now, in case of housing is little bit on a different footing, in the sense the motive in housing cooperative is not to earn the profit. People, they'll take the flats, right, and they'll stay there with the families. So the intention is to maintain the upkeep of the building and the structure, the land and the building. So maintenance of that land and building would be the prime objective or the motto of forming the cooperative housing society, right? So there the intention is not to earn the profit, but whereas if you take the other cooperative societies which we discussed, like cooperative bank, you can't just imagine a cooperative bank where there are no profits. So cooperative banks, they do give dividend, they declare dividend out of the profits. The credit societies, they give dividends. So the other societies, whether it's a consumer, dairy, fishery, labor, forest society, sugar factories, banks, Pata Sanstha, they're all run on a profit motive. Only housing is something which is not run on profit motive. Eventually, there is a profit, which we call it as a surplus, which is not taxable under concept of mutuality in taxations. We are not going into all those details. So, this is a cooperative society formed by 10 people. If it is other than housing, if it is housing, 5 persons from different families should come together, right? So what is the legal framework? Because you as a chartered accountant, if you are thinking of taking this as a practice area, so a basic knowledge, because allied laws to आपको मालूम होने जरूरी है, because when I say it's a real estate practice, let's not talk only about the cooperative uh, per se, but it is a real estate. Let's use the macro word, real estate. सो रियल इस्टेट प्रैक्टिस मीन्स ये इसमें कोऑपरेटिव्स भी होगा, रेरा भी होगा, और बाकी सारे जितने भी अलाइड लॉज हैं उसकी प्रैक्टिस, उसके रिलेटेड असाइनमेंट्स आपको आने वाले हैं. सो इफ आई एम इनटू हाउसिंग, आई विल नॉट ओनली बी फॉर्मिंग द सोसाइटी, आई विल नॉट ओनली बी डीलिंग विद द हैंडओवर, द डीम कन्वेंस, द ऑडिट, द टैक्सेशन, द जीएसटी. But a member can come to me saying that, there is my area, my flat, which is as per my agreement, it says 1,000 square feet. Whereas I feel that it's not 1,000 square feet and my area needs to be rectified. So we will have to go to the city survey officer or some connect from the city survey department. We will get it surveyed, and then he'll give the certificate with the survey map and all. And if you freeze down and conclude that yes, it needs to be, it actually it is not 1,000 square feet or 100 square meter, then my PR. There has to be a rectification on the property card. So property card needs to be changed. So this is an assignment which will come to you as a property card, modification or correction in the property card or area correction. So this is just one example I'm giving. Then there may be societies, they will come to you saying that, okay, you do our conveyance, but we don't have OC, right? So can you get us the OC, occupation certificate? So this is also something which will come to you, and you are not the subject matter expert. Let me again, reiterate that you being the chartered accountant or you being the advocate, you are not subject matter expert. That means you alone will not be able to do anything, right? So in this case, you will tell that client, yes sir, we are here, we will do it. And every time your motto should be, and that confidence level should be high. How is the Josh? High, sir. So wo hisab se, whoever is coming to my chamber, my motto should be, he will come with his difficulty, but he will go with solution from my chamber only, right? So how to give him the solution or her the solution is your problem. That is your social network. or your connects from the different profession, your professional network, with other professional colleagues or friends, that will give a complete, end-to-end, what you can say, the assignment roadmap to that particular client. And then you will not say no to any client. You should not be saying no to. So if you want to take this real estate practice, or if you any practice for that matter, you should always be open to whatever assignments you're getting, right? So you should not be saying no. Whoever is coming to your chamber, take the information, engage in him in asking some questions, ask him to come tomorrow with some documents. That these are the skills. So there are some certain skill sets also you will need if you have to practice in real estate. Because even today, after 20 years of practice, if you ask me something, this we are also not 100% sure. Anything can come in cooperatives also. There is amalgamation of the societies, there is subdivision of the societies, common layout. Two wings are fighting, A wing and B wing, they're fighting. Their areas are different. So maybe people from A wing, they'll come. People from B wing will come to you saying that we can't, now stay together in a same layout, same structure. So there are certain provisions in Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act which talks about the subdivision of the society, subject to certain rules. There is a circular of the department. So we have to study. So you need to know what is the legal framework within which the society has to function, which is the act I need to apply, which is a circular that will come to the rescue for this particular client. So you need to be updated also at the same time. So it's not that only Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act के 168 section 110 और 115 rules लेके मैंने पूरे बाय हार्ट कर लिए, मुझे bylaws के पूरे 70 pages 80 pages I'm through with the bylaw provisions. No. Every assignment, every phone call, every consultancy will be a different, a unique thing will come to you as far as the housing sector, housing consultancy is concerned. So you need to be updated also at the same time. So you cannot take this sector for granted, saying that whatever I've learned 2 years back, I did not attend any WRC seminar, I did not attend my study circle seminars, and unfortunately, because people are not into this practice, so those who are into study circles, those who are into teams, they will also not line up this kind of sessions on cooperatives and RERA, and that is how the members are suffering, I would say. So it's my appeal to all the study circle members also that they should ensure that in a year of 12 months, at least minimum two programs should happen on cooperatives and RERA. And you can line up your own faculties, no issues on that, because we want faculties also to be developed in this particular sector, because it's only 3 or 4 faces, regular faces you will find we are talking about. And then sometimes what happens, let's say there are 23 participants, so a person might have heard me last year or 2 years, for him it will be a repetition. So we want new blood, we want new youngsters, we want even faculties for this particular sector. Okay, so the legal framework within which a cooperative society has to function, as I said, it's constitution, because there was a constitutional amendment, the article got amended, inserted in constitution to give pan-India standardization to the cooperatives, right? And then the local acts got amended. So I have constitution at the topmost level. So it's like, we have to go in that hierarchy. So, and as a chartered accountant, as an auditor, I should know the legal framework first. So forget about that. I'm not keen for the non-traditional areas. I'm not keen. मुझे सिर्फ मेरा जो डोमेन फील्ड है उस पे ही मुझे कॉन्सेंट्रेट करना है. अगर ऐसा आपका माइंडसेट है तो आपको लीगल फ्रेमवर्क मालूम होना बहुत जरूरी है, because unless and until you don't know the legal framework, you will fail in your audit. There won't be any quality for your audit, and this is again a pathetic situation in cooperatives, because since we are in touch with the departmental officials, I mean at the commissioner level or the district level or the division level, we know their mindset, what they talk about the chartered accountants. Because here what audit we are doing is, it's a socio-economic audit. It's not purely the financial audit which is being expected by the cooperative department, to be frank with you. They want everything from you, not only about what is the provision, how much under provision, over provision, how the income is routed, how the expenses, have you done the vouching and all. No. Surplus है, true and fair, नहीं है. They want you to talk about the registers, the files, the minute books, the MC contracts, the vendor contracts. Then they want to know how many members are there, how many committee members are there, who is the office bearer, who are the office bearers, how many committee meetings, how many general meetings, when the AGM happened, whether to discuss the draft report, so many things, whether conveyance is done, whether this is done, that is done, so many things. They want it through the reporting format. So this is a socio-economic audit. And that is why if you want to give the quality audit, because Rule 69, which is there in Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act, 75 talks about the annual general meeting where the auditor needs to be appointed. So we will discuss about that also. Then 81 is specific section on the audit and corresponding. So section 81 needs to be read with Rule 69, where you will find the classification of the auditor, how the audit is to be conducted, where the audit report is to be submitted, how the audit report is to be uploaded, what is to be uploaded, what is to be submitted, what is the format of the audit report. And then Rule 69(1)(f), it's very tricky rule, I would say, and very suspicious rule, which talks about the disqualification of the auditor also. That means if you're failing in any of the conditions, or you're falling in any of the condition and failing in doing something, as far as the audits are concerned, then your name can be removed from the panel, because you're in cooperatives across India. Now the audits would be done by a panel auditor, right? So that is why understanding the legal framework is the first thing if you want to take the traditional area. And before taking any assignment of the cooperative, since you are ignited, let's say you have heard something, the first thing you need to do is you need to buy a book on that state law. ये भी कितना pathetic है, देखो हम जब हमारे ऑफिस में बैठते हैं तो पीछे पूरा ऐसे वो बुक्स शोकेस करते हैं कि ओके आई हैव Companies Act, Income Tax Act, Insolvency, so many things just to show off. वैसे तो अभी जरूरत भी नहीं होती डिजिटल एरा में. But I, being in Maharashtra, where I stay in a housing society, I'm acting in three capacities as a member. I'm member of that society. Probably some of you, maybe one or two of you, may be office bearers of the housing society, chairman, secretary, treasurer हो सकते हैं आप. And you're also acting in the capacity as an auditor. So I'm acting in three capacities in this sector, but I have not uh, taken any book. I've not bought any book. I've not seen the bylaws. I've not gone through any study material. That is so pathetic. And that is why if you're taking the audits without reading, not, again I say, you need not be an expert, but certain sections you need to be thorough with if you want to give the quality audit. So kindly buy one book, and I would suggest the book which normally the departmental officials are referring, which we as the practitioners we are referring, is Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Advocate Sunil Dige, which is a good book. So everybody should be keeping a copy of that. And model bylaws is something which is you can download from the website. So we have website also of the government. Gujarat government has got cooperative separate website. Delhi, Rajasthan, Bihar, each state has got their website. Accordingly, even Maharashtra, we have mahasarkar.maharashtra.gov.in and Sahkar Ayukta. Sahkar Ayukta is commissioner. So the cooperative is regulated by the registrar, and the registrar is defined in Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act as the commissioner, right? So we have one site as sahkarayukta.maharashtra.gov.in. So these are the two sites, on which you as a prospective practitioner in cooperatives, I would say you should be logging into, because a lot of circulars, notifications, everything is uploaded here, all the updates. Unfortunately, the site is not working because this department is totally run on the grants by the cooperative ministry. And that is again a pathetic situation that they are not the revenue generating authorities like income tax and GST, and that is why the website issues, challenges this department is facing. This department is also facing the challenges as far as possible, the manpower challenges. They don't have much staff. Computerization is another issue. So we as WRC, I feel we need to do something on this also. Ketan bhai, we can discuss on this, and we can really do something in this field also, this particular aspect also. So again, coming back to the legal framework, it is constitution, it is the act where the bare provisions are there, which a layman cannot understand, and then it is followed by the rules. So rules is basically, it gives you the procedure, because if my act says this is how the election needs to be done, or this is how the audit needs to be done, or this is how the panel is to be, the provision will say there should be a panel of the auditor. Now the question is how, who, where, when, so all these questions related to your W and H they are, answered in rule, right? Because rule gives you the procedure to work or to give effect of that particular provision. So in my legal framework, I will have constitution, then act, then rule, then come the bylaw. Bylaw is, again, it is an internal rules and regulation between the members, because whenever a housing society or any society for that matter is floated or is registered, you need to give one bylaw copy. So on department's website, almost 35 societies bylaws, model bylaws, that is called as model bylaw, because in Maharashtra, the cooperative department has got a commission. So this commission, they sit and they come out with a model form of bylaws where societies who are about to get themselves registered, they can adopt, or they can just, take that bylaw as their I mean their own bylaw, and they can get it registered with the registrar, and registrar, they put a seal once the bylaw is registered. So you as an auditor, you need to see the registered bylaw whenever you are going and, if you want to bring or do some checklist, you form some checklist from the bylaw, it should be a registered bylaw. It should not be any other bylaw which that housing society will give you. You should be asking a registered bylaw. So that will also come in my hierarchy as the legal framework as an auditor, right? Then what else? The other thing, the important thing, you and me as a traditional practitioner, as an auditor, I should be knowing is the rules, the circulars, the notifications which are issued, and the GRs which are issued by the department. Because unless and until I am not seized of this things, for me it's very difficult to comment. Because let's say if I have to take again housing says transfer premium. When you are transferring your flat to someone else, you are selling your flat. Let's say Ketan Bhai's flat is being taken by Shilpa. Now, whatever share certificate Ketan Bhai is having, it will get transferred, just like Companies Act, right? So for transferring, the society will charge some transfer premium, which is given in the bylaw. So bylaw says it is as notified. That means there is a notification to that effect. Nowhere in the bylaw it is mentioned what is the amount housing society has to take. So that will be governed by the notification. Non-occupancy charges, that means you have your own flat, you're not staying there. You've kept some license, leave and license pe aapne usko diya hai. There is a rent agreement. So society will charge you with non-occupancy charges that you are not staying being the owner, someone else is showing. So what is the amount they should be charging? So there is a circular to that effect. That means as an auditor, I should also be knowing that, yeah, these are the circulars, these are the notifications, these are the GRs, these are the updated information, election rules. Even for the elections in a cooperative society, housing, there is less than 250, more than 250. So if my membership strength is less than 250, the rules are different. If membership is more than 250, rules are different. So I should be knowing both the rules. Then only, so it's possible that I'm having a society which is less than 250, one audit. The second audit is a society of 500 or 600 members. So you cannot apply the rule of less than 250 members. Your report will be wrong. So updation of knowledge and all this entire legal framework should also be very well known to you if you are keen to take the traditional opportunity, right? So with this little bit of background, and which are the sections, because in Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act, there are 168 sections, as I said. So I don't expect each one of you to be conversant or should be proficient or should be expert in all these sections, right? But each and every section in the Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act is an opportunity, right? Which we are going to deal with in the next 1 hour. So you need not be 100% foolproof with all these sections, but if you want to take up the traditional area, that is audits, then section 75, section 80, section 81, section 82, section 83, section 88, section 70. So section 75 talks about AGM, because Constitution says the statutory auditor of a cooperative society will be appointed in annual general meeting. And annual general meeting will happen on or before 30th September across India. So in all the states, the due date to conduct the annual general meeting is 30th September, right? So section 75, it talks about the annual general meeting agenda. It talks about, the formats. It talks about the appointment of the auditor. It talks about the deadline to complete the audit. So section 75 should be knowing. Section 81 talks about the rights of the auditor, the powers of the auditor, the responsibilities of the auditor. Section 82 talks about the rectification of the audit report. So once you have done the audit, you need to, the society needs to give you a rectification report in Form O, which is a form which is prescribed under the Act and rules. So you as an auditor need to again comment on the rectification which the society has given you within 3 months from the date of release of your report. So Section 82 needs to be, read because it's an important section from the compliance point of view. And if any of the office bearers or the society that they're failing in complying with the Section 82, there can be disqualification of the managing committee. It is that strict and stringent section. Section 80 is your power to take the custody under the police protection. Such a wonderful provision in the Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act. You will not find it anywhere. So if an auditor who is appointed in annual general meeting, or for that matter, let's say an administrator is appointed by the registrar where the society, there is a vacuum in the managing committee and there is no valid managing committee. An authorized officer is appointed and that person wants to take the custody of the accounts and records. And if there are two groups in the housing society, managing committee, and nobody's giving him the charge of the records, how he'll function as an authorized officer or an administrator, or even for that matter you as an auditor, you have access. It's your right to have access to all records, documents as an auditor in every act. So how you will conduct the audit if this access is not given to you? So you have power under Section 80. There is a difference between right and power. Right is you may exercise, you may not exercise. Attending the annual general meeting is your right under Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act. So you can ask the housing societies or the societies to serve with AGM notice. And if you want, you can go and attend the AGM. So that is your right, may or may not. Power, you need to exercise, right? That is the difference between right and power. Section 80 gives you that power. So if you feel that there is failure on the part of the managing committee and nobody is giving you the access to the accounts and you are answerable to the registrar for completion of the audit, then you can write a letter to the registrar saying that this is the audit which is being allotted to me or assigned to me or appointed. I'm the appointed auditor and the managing committee is not giving me access. You can write a letter to the registrar. Registrar will write a letter to the nearest police station saying that this is the auditor who is on the panel who has to do the audit. He or she has to do the audit and she has the right to get the access of the accounts, and that is why you appoint or depute someone to accompany him or her. Such a wonderful provision, nobody knows. It's only the departmental officials, the administrator, the authorized officers from the department that are invoking this provision of Section 80. Unfortunately, the auditors are not knowing why you are not invoking, why you are not exercising, because you are not knowing. So Section 80 makes sense to read, right? Section 83 talks about the inquiry. So if you find that there is some fraud, something is fishy, you will submit special report, specific report. I'm not going to deal with that along with your main report, and then the auditor, then the registrar will take note of it. He has to take cognizance of your special report and specific report. Then he will, based on the statutory audit report, the special report, specific report, or maybe sumo too, he can, ask for the inquiry in the affairs of the society. If there is fraud or some financial irregularity which is being noticed by the auditor or maybe by the departmental official, maybe the flying squad. So that provision, so 83 you should know. Once 83 is conducted, then amount of fraud is, quantum is decided, then comes into picture 88. So who are the culprits from whom this amount is to be, this fraud money is to be collected? So Section 88 will talk about that. Then you as an auditor, you should be knowing the investment section, because your job is not only to audit, but you need to be facilitator, you need to be an advisor to the society. That value addition you need to give. Why a person will come to Jinal, why a person will come to Ketan Bhai, or why a person will come to Shilpa Shingare for audit? Because fees, there is a GR of 29th October 2014 in Maharashtra, which talks about the audit fees. And if you see, the audit fees are prescribed. How much is to be charged for the housing, how much fees for the sugar factories, how much fees for the banks, how much fees for the Patasamstha, how much fees for the dairy. It's crystal clear. So why a society will approach Ketan Bhai or Jinal or Piyush as against Shilpa? Because fees are same. Shilpa is also going to get 100 rupees per unit. Piyush is also going to get 100 rupees per unit. But why they will choose Shilpa? Because she has some upper hand. She gives me value addition. She is not only the auditor, but she guides me on how to take care of the other things in the housing society, the normal management. She gives me some tips to, for better governance. She's always advising me. So the person will prefer Shilpa over Piyush or Piyush over Shilpa if they find if the managing committee, if they've got a very good spirit, of transparency and better governance, then they will definitely prefer that auditor who is giving value addition. So that value addition also makes, and that is why you as an auditor should know section 70, which talks about the investments. Because being a cooperative society, you cannot just park your funds anywhere. It is as per the section they've given, these are the securities, these are the things, these are the banks where you can park. And at the same time, you need to take care of the income tax provisions also, where my society will be benefited. So that advisory role will be, will play a great role for you and your society, because it's again a mouth publicity. One assignment should give you minimum 2 or 3 assignments through mouth publicity, through your quality work, right? Through your attitude, right? So section 70, which talks about the investment, is very crucial. Then section 49, again a crucial section, which talks about writing off of bad debts. So assume that you are doing a bank audit where the fees are 20 lakhs, 25 lakhs. Sugar factories where the fees are ranging somewhere around 10 lakhs to 20 lakhs. There are bad debts in a bank. NPAs, as everybody know, we are doing nationalized audits also. So if you find that something is written off in the accounts, so what are the provisions? What is that law talks about? What is that? The प्रावधान क्या है मेरे एक्ट में कि ये bad debts है, so who is the authority to approve? Because it's a cooperative again. So it's not only the auditor's right and responsibility to comment, and then society can write off. There are certain conditions levied that if it's a E-rated society for last 3 years in the audit report, then it is the auditor who has to suggest for the writing off of the debts, then approved by the general body. If it is not E-rated audit rated society for last 3 years, let's say the audit rating is B given by the statutory auditor for last 3 years, then it is a registrar also will come into picture who is a regulator. So that society cannot write off anything in the books unless until they get the permission from the registrar. So even section 49 is a crucial section, I would say. So these are the sections. Then section 101, which talks about the recovery. It's your opportunity. Whatever sections I'm talking, each section is your opportunity. अभी तक आपको समझ में आया होगा. I'm talking about the formation, I'm talking about the audits, I'm talking about investment. You can be an advisor. कितना portfolio होता है banks का. So all these things. So each and every opportunity, each and every section is your opportunity, and that is why the crucial sections, at least you should know. 101 is a recovery. That means there are certain members in the society, in a bank, NPA. So 101 will come into picture. So someone has to file application with the registrar. Such a wonderful weapon and the feature and the beautiful provision in the Act of 101, recovery provision. And if it is a housing society, we have a housing chapter, So I have a parent act, which is Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act, which is applicable to all 54 types of societies. But now in 2019, there is a housing chapter. So there is a separate chapter in the parent act, so which deals only with the housing provision. And I was fortunate enough to be a part of that housing chapter amendment committee. लास्ट 5 लोगों ने, हम लोगों ने जो ड्राफ्ट फाइनलाइज किया था इन द चेंबर ऑफ प्रिंसिपल सेक्रेटरी ऑफ कोऑपरेशन, आई वाज वन ऑफ देम. आई रिप्रेजेंटेड WRC there because that time I was heading cooperative committee. So this housing, अगर housing का मुझे देखना है तो for housing also, I mean that particular opportunity I need to see, and this investment and this 49 and this 101 section I need to see. There it is 154B29. So for other than housing societies, 101 section where recovery action is to be taken, where registrar gives you the recovery certificate, and in case of a housing society it will be 154B29. This is the section, this is the opportunity where you can earn money into thousands and lakhs, right? So this is what, so these are the sections and the rules, corresponding rules you should be knowing. Rule 69 is something which should be again by heart. 69(1)(f) also should be known to you. So with this little bit background, now actually it's 6:05. So now next one I'll be talking about the opportunities per se, which is our core topic, today's topic. So we have discussed about the cooperative audits, right? So if I have to do the audit, my act says, my section 75 says, the starting line of section 75, each society shall get its accounts audited once in a year from panel auditor who is there on the panel, right? So that means by provision, by virtue of that particular provision, each and every cooperative society should have statutory auditor who is from the panel. Who will come out with the panel? So वो भी आगे दिया है section में. So the panel is maintained by the cooperative department, and panel notification. It is like 2 years in. I mean once in 2 years. Earlier, if you see 2013 amendment of Maharashtra Cooperative Societies, that the period was 3 years. Now, when I took charge as WRC Cooperative Committee Chairperson, and I was fortunate enough to be a part of, to be Cooperative Committee Chairperson for consecutive 3 years, I could do lot many things in Cooperative MCS Act as far as the amendments, the circulars are concerned. And that time, the commissioner was Chandrakant Dalvi, who was very passionate, zero pendency, as you know, and very solution oriented person. So this 3 years period, I got it reduced to 2 years. I sat with him. I used to sit outside, in his cabin. And then I used to tell him, sir, we as a chartered accountant, every 6 months my CAs are coming out, and this is opportunity they're losing because you're coming out in 3 years. So 3 years you have to wait for a panel, which is a long time. So kindly reduce it. And then we had one amendment, because you cannot remove certain provision just by way of a circular, because it's a provision, right? So Vidhan Sabha, Vidhan Parishad, त्याच्यामध्ये ते pass झाल्यानंतर, then only it will be a particular amendment, that ordinance needs to be passed. So we have this amendment through ordinance that now the panel will come after every 2 years. And unfortunately, 2013-17 panel, it was up to 2020. But then because the website was not working, last year we had the panel, and now the panel is applicable, is valid up to 2026. And this panel is available on Mahasakar portal. So who can come in the panel? Any chartered accountant, any fresher can come in the panel with 1 year experience. Now, आप ऐसे बोलोगे कि मैडम बोल रही है कि fresher can come in the panel and 1 year experience. That is how the provision says. It says a chartered accountant in practice should have minimum 1 year experience. Now, it's like a vicious circle, Fresher hai to experience nahi to audit nahi. So this also, I break this chain. I said, because there are 4 types of auditors on panel. One is chartered accountant. Second is GDCA, that means the diploma holders. The graduates who do 1 year diploma course with the cooperative department, they're on the panel. Then there are cost accountants, and then special auditors, departmental officials. So this GDCS, they used to take experience certificate from the chartered accountants, and they used to come on panel. So I pointed out this point to the commissioner, saying that this particular fraternity, this particular auditor specie, they take signature from me as a panel auditor, as a chartered accountant. But my chartered accountants are not able to take experience certificate from me, because your notification, your provisions are silent on that. So kindly modify that. And I got it modified. And in 2017 notification, we mentioned it that a chartered accountant in practice, a fresher who wants to come on the panel with 1 year's experience criteria, can also take certificate from a practicing chartered accountant who is a statutory panel auditor. And that is how we got more number of auditors on 2017 panel, right? So if you can take the certificate and come on the panel. Now, if you are a partnership firm, there is no experience criteria needed. I don't know what is the logic behind this, but you don't need any experience criteria. Now, as I said, there is a classification of the society and classification of the auditors. So the societies are classified as A, B, C. The auditors are also classified as A, B, C, right? So A category is the topmost category, where you can do the big audits, 25 crores and above paid up capital or deposit wala bank aap kar sakte ho. B category is less than 25 crores. So a firm, so if you're a chartered accountant firm, partnership firm, you will be directly placed in category A after the empanelment, which happens online. राइट सो अभी तो 2026 तक तो पैनल है, तो जब 26 में नोटिफिकेशन आएगा और ये एम्पैनलमेंट का प्रोसेस होगा, सो इट विल बी एन ऑनलाइन प्रोसेस, लाइक मल्टीपर्पज एम्पैनलमेंट फॉर्म जैसे हम लोग MEF करते हैं, सेम वे डॉक्यूमेंट्स एंड ऑल यू हैव टू अपलोड. So A category auditor will be the topmost category, then comes B and then C. So GDCAs are in C category. So A and B is all chartered accountants, right? So a person, the fresher with 1 year experience certificate, initially will be placed in B. After 3 years of practice, 3 or 5 years of practice, he will be shifted to A category, right? So, and the thing is, like, a person in the A category can do B and C. Person in B category will do B and C. But a person in C category will not be able to do B and A type of audit, right? So this is what about the audit. Auditor का एक remuneration का GRB है, जो मैंने आपको बताया 29 अक्टूबर 2014 का है. right? And then there is maximum cap on audit also. Like 20 audits you can do if the paid up capital is more than 1 lakh rupees. So if you're having any cooperative society, whether a Pat Sanstha bank, so if naturally their paid up capital will be more than 1 lakh. So in that case, you can do only maximum 20 audits. And when you are appointing, when the societies are appointing you in the annual general meeting, then you need to give your consent, your acceptance. You need to inform them about your eligibility, whether you are eligible to take up that audit or not. And then only you should be accepting the audit, right? And you should be exchanging the acceptance letter. And the society should give you the appointment letter and the resolution passed in the society, which you need to be uploading on your department's website through your login, and society will also upload that under section 79. Section 79 also needs to be you should know that is the compliance section. 79(1) it talks about the annual report of activities, which is an online return. Society has to file the way companies हम करते हैं. And then section 79(1)(b) is return of the auditor, right? So these are the provisions related to the auditors. So if you are in traditional, you'll take up this audits, internal audits also. Now, the best part of doing the cooperative society rather than doing the statutory audit, because in cooperative, a lot of compliances are required by the test from the statutory auditor. You know, आपको काफी सारे reports देने हैं, socio-economic audit, you need to upload, you need to submit hard copies, you need to submit it to the registrar, you need to submit it to the special auditor, you need to give rectification report. It keeps on going, you know. So ये थोड़ा सा taxing है. And then there is a fee prescribed under the GR for statutory audit. So I personally feel rather than doing the statutory audit, if you have to be as an auditor in this sector, it is the internal audits that you should be doing more, because there is no fee criteria for the internal audits. The fee criteria, this 29th October 2014 GR is applicable for the statutory audits only, not for the internal audits. So if a housing society has to give 100 rupees for the statutory auditor, you as an internal auditor can ask 125, 130, 150. We are doing that, right? So, and then internal audit being the management audit, you can do it as per your flexibility, quarterly, half yearly, whatever, whichever way the society wants. No other compliances that needs to be done by the auditor. So if you want to be a traditional practitioner in cooperatives, kindly do the internal audits more. And then internal audits, again, internal audit of a housing society, bank, Pata Samstha, sugar factory. So 54 types of societies, including the federation, because each sector, so housing societies will be affiliated to the local district federation. So this district federation itself is a society, cooperative society formed under the Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act, and they're also auditable. So your arena of practice is, you know, see the scope of the work, audits kitna hai aapko. So kindly take up the audit after complying with all this provision, and intimation to the previous auditor also needs to be given by the statutory auditor, even if the previous auditor is GDC, right? You can take the GST work, you can do income tax work. And the beauty of the cooperative practice is like, let's say there is housing society of 100 members. So 100 members को आपको audit report का copy जाता है. Audit report में आपका ऊपर वो office का address आता है. So 100 members, when they go through the audit report because they have to attend the AGM and they have to ask some questions to the managing committee, they know that, yeah, Shilpa Shingare, okay, some chartered accountant is here. And normally housing का practice हम लोग उसी area में करते हैं जहाँ हमारा office है. So this housing practice will give you certain taxation clients. So out of this 100 people, let's say 10%, 10 लोग भी अगर आपके walk-in customer हैं, आपके office में आते हैं, with some GST work, with some company flotation work, some loan syndication work, प्रोजेक्ट फाइनेंस, कोई बैंक ऑफिसर है, उसके साथ आपका रैपो हो सकता है, कोई जीएसटी, कोई बिजनेसमैन है, कोई ट्रेडर है, वो आ सकता है. तो ये जो प्रैक्टिस है ना, ये आपको टैक्सेशन प्रैक्टिस ऐसे ही जोड़ देती है. And that is why, as I say, audit is an entry point for the other opportunities which we're going to discuss now. So do the audits maybe internal or statutory. And घर पे जैसे आप घर पे बैठ के एक प्लेटर दिया है आपको, easily, nobody will come to know that Shilpa is there or Jinal is there practicing into this field. You need to come out of that comfort zone. You need to come out of that shell. You need to go out. You need to meet the office bearers, the managing committee members. Normally they meet and sit in the office on Sundays because they're office goers, businessmen who are there in the committees. So you can you can dedicate one Sunday just to meet all the societies in your area with your card, kindly print the visiting cards also, because your appearance, how you talk, your confidence level, भले ही आपको कुछ ना आता हो, but म्हणजे आम्ही मराठीत म्हणतो ना, जे काही पण आहे ना, जो भी बोलो तो ठोक के बोलो, तोड़ के बोलो. सो सामने वाले को ऐसा लगना चाहिए कि नहीं, वॉट एवर शी सेज इज, एंड यू शुड बी हैविंग दैट काइंड ऑफ कन्विंसिंग स्किल्स ऑल्सो कि बॉस आई कैन डू दिस एंड आई एम हियर टू डू दिस, यू नो. सो थोड़ा सा वो स्किल सेट्स होना भी बहुत जरूरी है, along with your basic technical knowledge. It's not only your skill set will come to your rescue, the basic knowledge, technical knowledge also. So you should be watching the YouTube videos the way I have my YouTube channel. Ramesh Prabhu is a personality, you know that he's there for last 30-35 years, you know, housing guru. So ये क्यों, इज अ विजनरी, उनको मालूम था कि इसमें कुछ है. वो बंदा अगर 100 एम्प्लॉइज का प्रैक्टिस लेके बैठ सकता है, तो देन वी शुड ऑल्सो बी फॉलोइंग हिम. आई मीन रोल मॉडल बन सकते हैं वो भी हमारे. तो उसी तरह जो ऑलरेडी ये प्रैक्टिस में है उनको फॉलो करो, उनके वीडियोस, उनके ब्लॉग्स को फॉलो करो, and try to get the information, because study material is also not available, which is a challenge for the traditional practice area, right? So in traditional practice area, it is the audits, taxation, GST, whatever your normal tax audits. If it's a credit society, if it's a bank, if it's sugar factories, you will have tax audits and all also. And then along with tax audits and all, you will have all other consultancy, like, you know, loan syndication work, project finance, everything will fall in line. Now, here I would also like to tell that you as a chartered accountant, you should not be feeling insulted, because मुझे personally ऐसे लगता है कि जब मैं I was practicing, right? For last 20-25 years I'm in practice. But when I was in institute as a regional council member, मुझे ऐसे लगा कि whenever I was used to talk about the cooperatives, my colleagues, my council members used to, you know, look at me, अरे क्या है, कभी भी आती कोऑपरेटिव के बारे में बात करती, क्या है कोऑपरेटिव्स, यू नो. सो वो उनको लगता था, बट मुझे कभी भी वो ऐसा अंडररेटेड या ऐसे लो मैं कभी मैंने फील नहीं किया. आई यूज्ड टू फील प्राउड दैट आई एम इनटू कोऑपरेटिव्स. इट्स अ डिफरेंट unique sector that I've chosen. It's a niche area which I'm into it. You know, मैं expert हूँ ऐसे मैं नहीं बोल रही हूँ, but I'm doing something different than what you people are doing. That is what, and why this is, you know, because मुझे एक चीज बहुत clear है कि अगर मैंने मेरे हाउसिंग सोसाइटी का, या कोई भी आप मुझे आपके हाउसिंग सोसाइटी का नाम बताओ, that housing society or that cooperative society name, it ends with limited, right? Let's say I'm staying in Springleaf, so it's Springleaf Cooperative Housing Society Limited. Limited word है मेरे नाम में. देखो आप just, I'm also a corporate entity. That means cooperative and corporate ये दोनों parallel जाने चाहिए. And my agenda and my intention and my ambition, my motive is to clear this difference, that yes, even if I'm a cooperative society, I'm a corporate entity, I'm taking shares, I have to take the shares, I have to become a shareholder, I can get the dividend. So मेरे में और corporates में क्या difference है? Nothing. I am a corporate entity only by virtue of section 36 of the Maharashtra Cooperative Society Act. I'm not, that Companies Act will not be applicable to me. ऐसा लिखा है specifically. But whatever compliances, whatever assignments you're doing for a corporate client, same assignments you have to do in cooperative field also. So then why not to take cooperatives, right? So right from the formations, आपके routine compliances, audit, taxation, GST, fundings, project finance, जैसे जैसे आपका client grow हो रहा है, annual returns वहां भी है companies में, यहाँ भी है section 79 1A 1B जो मैंने अभी आपको बताया. So it's nowhere, you know, there is no difference at all. I'm corporate entity only, and that is why please take up this assignment. Please take up these traditional areas if you are very keen. And if you are keen only on traditional areas, then kindly ensure that you are thorough with the provisions, and then only, because lot of issues, internal issues within members, within committee members, lot of complaints. ये थोड़ा सा इसमें means नाम में सिर्फ cooperative है, but lot of non-cooperation also you will find within the members. So because of that, you may as an auditor may also be you know, brought in group. You may get brought in loop by the complainant. There are habitual complainants. Every society will have one nut जो एजीएम में बहुत हल्ला गुल्ला करता है। डू यू एग्री विथ मी? सो वो जो नट होगा उसको सबसे ज्यादा कायदा कानून मालूम होगा, तो वो नट से अगर आपको बचना है, बिकॉज ऑडिटर है 2,500 रुपया भरते हैं तो इंस्टीट्यूट में कंप्लेंट हो जाता है, एंड बहुत सारी कंप्लेंट इंस्टीट्यूट में पेंडिंग भी है बिकॉज ऑफ द कोऑपरेटिव्स। सो जितना ये इजी लगता है ऑडिट उतना इजी है भी नहीं, अदरवाइज पीपल 2 दिन में काम करते हैं, ऐसे मत कीजिए। करना है तो भले ही दैट असाइनमेंट इज ऑफ 5,000 रुपीज, ट्राई टू पुट योर ब्लड ऑफ वर्थ 50,000, दैट गिव्स यू सेटिस्फैक्शन। And you should be a fearless auditor then, because जब मैंने initially when I was in my practice initial period, so I used to do बहुत meticulously, I used to grill the managing committee members, because 3 साल आप audit कर सकते हैं। ये भी एक है कि महाराष्ट्र कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटीज एक्ट में आप 3 साल कंटिन्यू, और फॉर एनी अदर सोसाइटी एनी अदर एक्ट 3 years is a consecutive period where you can continue with the same assignment। तो लोगों को क्या क्या होता है ना, ऑडिटर्स को, कि नेक्स्ट ईयर भी हमको ये असाइनमेंट मिलना चाहिए, तो वी कॉम्प्रोमाइज ऑन द क्वालिटी, वी डोंट पुट द क्वालिफिकेशंस इन द ऑडिट रिपोर्ट, बट आई नेवर डिड दैट। एंड माय काउंसिल मेंबर्स, जैसे केतन भाई ने बोला, वी मिस्ड यू शिल्पा मैडम इन द मीटिंग, बिकॉज आई फील वॉट एवर आई फील इज राइट, आई स्पीक आउट, आई एम वोकल, बी लोकल, वर्ड वोकल फॉर लोकल, वैसा है, बोलना है। Otherwise, how the other person will understand? My job as an auditor, as I said, I'm a वैल्यू एडिशन एंड एडवाइजरी कंसल्टेंसी। आज फर्स्ट ईयर का ऑडिट में अगर मैंने उनके क्वालिफिकेशंस निकाले, उनके पॉइंट्स निकाले, तो उनका वो बेटर होगा नेक्स्ट ईयर का परफॉर्मेंस। सो आई एम बिकॉज मेंबर्स आर अपॉइंटिंग मी, माय अपॉइंटमेंट इज इन एजीएम, जनरल मेंबर्स, माय रिपोर्ट इज एड्रेस्ड टू द मेंबर्स। आई एम नॉट फॉर 2 or 3 people or 10 people who are there in the committee. I'm very clear. So even if the assignment is of 5,000, I'll put my blood of 50,000 rupees. I will see to it that there will be disqualification. I've got the धमकी जैसे कॉल्स भी मुझे आते थे कि हम ये काउंसिल मेंबर को जानते हैं, मैडम आपने क्या दिया है। ऐसे जब मैं आई मीन इनिशियल पीरियड्स आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट, इनिशियल 5 years ऑफ माय ऑडिट, एंड तभी भी मैं बोलती जाओ आपको जो करना है कर लो, मुझे अलॉट अपॉइंट भी नहीं करोगे तो चल जाएगा, बट ये कमेंट रिमूव नहीं होगा unless and until you comply with that। So you should be a fearless person, unless and until you're fearless, then don't touch this particular audits assignment, right? So this is what the traditional part, I would say, everybody, each and every chartered accountant would be doing. The main interesting part of cooperative and RERA practice is the non-traditional part, because traditional part में फीस फिक्स है, ऑडिट फीस फिक्स है, तो एक्स करे या वाई करे फीस उतना ही है। इनकम टैक्स जीएसटी में इतना सारा कंपटीशन है, और मुझे खुद को ऐसे लगता है कि भाई मैंने सीए तो इसलिए नहीं किया कि मैं जीएसटी के रिटर्न्स भरूं, मैं पैन कार्ड निकालूं, मैं जीएसटी रजिस्ट्रेशन करूं, वो तो कोई भी कर सकता है, वो एनी एमकॉम बीकॉम ग्रेजुएट कैन डू इट। आई एम अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट, आई एम नॉट ओनली अकाउंटेंट, आई एम अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट। सो मेरा जो एनर्जी है, मेरा जो इंटेलेक्ट है, मेरा जो ऑप्टिमम यूटिलाइजेशन ऑफ माय इंटेलेक्ट should be towards advisory and consultancy, which will give me revenue, which will give me freedom, which will give me flexibility, and you should have guts, because ये सेशन में आपको सिर्फ मैं अपॉर्चुनिटीज नहीं, मैं आपको टिप्स भी दे रही हूँ, आपको ये भी बता रही हूँ कि what is that you should do। You should be part of various associations like Rotary, Lions, ये जो, या आपकी जो कम्युनिटी है, बिकॉज हर बंदा आपसे कनेक्टेड होगा, कहीं ना कहीं से कुछ ना कुछ आपको क्वेरी पूछेगा कोऑपरेटिव रिलेटेड, कोई किसी ने किसी प्रोजेक्ट में इन्वेस्ट किया होगा, वो प्रोजेक्ट का पोजीशन उसको मिला नहीं होगा, तो वो आपका रेरा का क्लाइंट बन सकता है ना, लिटिगेशन के लिए आप रेरा में जा सकते हो उसको पोजीशन और विद इंटरेस्ट देने के लिए। तो जब क्लाइंट भी आते हैं तो क्लाइंट से ज्यादा पर्सनल नहीं होना चाहिए, एक फंडा आपको फॉलो करना चाहिए, जो क्लाइंट उसको मित्र मत बनाओ, जो मित्र है उसको क्लाइंट मत बनाओ। हम लोग चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स क्या करते हैं, कोई ऑफिस में आ रहा है, कैसे हो सर, क्या हुआ, बेटी क्या कर रही है, बेटा क्या कर रहा है, वाइफ क्या कर रही है, काय करायचंय तुला, त्याच्यापेक्षा what is that he has done, sir आपने लास्ट ईयर क्या क्या इन्वेस्टमेंट किया, what is the additional things you have added to your portfolio। कहीं से पूछो कि सर 2 साल पहले आपने कुछ इन्वेस्टमेंट किया था, कहीं फ्लैट लिया था आपने पालघर में, या कहीं आप बता रहे थे, मिला पोजीशन, नहीं मिला सर, तो आप रेरा में तो जा सकते हैं। सो दैट इज हाउ असाइनमेंट्स खींच के लाने हैं। ऑडिट में आपको ये नहीं मिलेगा, ऑडिट्स भी आपको करने हैं, तो एज आई सेड कि आप इतना डिटेल में ऑडिट करो, इतना डिटेल में ऑडिट करो कि जो कमेंट आप ऑडिट रिपोर्ट में दे रहे हो, एवरी कमेंट इन योर ऑडिट रिपोर्ट विच एंड्स विथ फुल स्टॉप एक्चुअली शुड बी एंडिंग विथ कॉमा। व्हाई? बिकॉज उधर कॉम आने के बाद में मेरा काम शुरू होगा नेक्स्ट ईयर से। सो मैं खुद बोलूंगी कि सर मुझे नेक्स्ट ईयर ऑडिटर के लिए अपॉइंट मत करो, आपके सोसाइटी में कन्विंस नहीं हुआ है, सो डोंट अपॉइंट मी एज अ स्टैट्यूटरी ऑडिटर, काइंडली गिव मी कन्वेंस असाइनमेंट, आई विल गिव यू द प्रोफेशनल कोड। यहाँ मुझे 100 मेंबर की सोसाइटी में 100 into 100 10,000 मेरी ऑडिट फीस होगी। वहीं अगर मुझे डीन कन्वेंस जैसा असाइनमेंट 100 मेंबर का मिला तो उधर मेरा फीस 15 लाख का होगा मिनिमम। उसमें से सपोज मेरे 4-5 लाख के खर्चे हैं, लेट्स अज्यूम आउट ऑफ पॉकेट 10 lakhs is something that I will earn. If it is a small society of 15-20 members, at least 4 to 5 lakhs from a dean conveyance assignment, it makes sense to go for the non-traditional assignment where I'm not signing. मेरा कहीं भी सिग्नेचर नहीं है. It's managing committee who is signing, they are coming, उनके बंदे आके सब देके जा रहे हैं. मैं एकदम रॉयल बादशाह जैसे हम लोग सिर्फ अपीयर कर रहे हैं. This is the beauty of the non-traditional area. And as I said, the each and every comment, because section 82 भी है ना कायदे में. Section 82 talks about the rectification. जहां जहां ऑडिटर ने पॉइंट आउट किया ये नहीं हुआ, वो सोसाइटी को करके लेना है. नेक्स्ट ऑडिट के पीरियड के पहले एजीएम में उनको रखना है कि ऑडिटर ने ये 10 चीजें निकाली है कि ये नहीं किया है सोसाइटी ने कंप्लायंस, और ये हम लोग कर रहे हैं. ये उनको मेंबर्स को अपडेट करना है. तो वो कहाँ आएंगे मैनेजिंग कमेटी मेंबर्स? अगर मैंने ऑडिट किया है और मैंने 10 चीजें निकाली कि इनकम टैक्स रिटर्न फाइल नहीं हो रहा है, जीएसटी का रजिस्ट्रेशन नहीं लिया है, जीएसटी रिटर्न, अलाइड लॉज आल्सो यू नीड टू सी इन कोऑपरेटिव्स. इट्स नॉट ओनली महाराष्ट्र कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी लॉ. कंप्लायंसेस विद अलाइड लॉज, कुछ बीएमसी रिलेटेड, कुछ ओसी का कुछ नोटिस आया है, कुछ सील होने वाला है बिल्डिंग, ऐसा कुछ प्रॉपर्टी टैक्स नहीं भरा हुआ है, सो यू विल हैव असाइनमेंट फ्रॉम प्रॉपर्टी टैक्स एरियाज. तो ऐसे सब पॉइंट्स अगर मैंने पॉइंटर्स डाले हैं कि ये रिटर्न एनुअल रिटर्न फाइल नहीं कर रही है सोसाइटी, रेक्टिफिकेशन रिपोर्ट नहीं भर रही है, कन्वेंस नहीं कर रही है, तो कहाँ जाएंगे? दे विल कम टू यू एंड से मैडम अभी आप ही बताओ कि ये क्या करना है. So all those assignments, all those qualifications are the opportunities. You have borrowed, you have dragged all those opportunities because you have done the wonderful and the quality audit, the in-depth audit you have done. So that is why I say audit is your entry point. Do it meticulously, right? Now I will shift to the other area, that is non-traditional area, which is like cooperatives and RERA. We'll put together, right? One more tip, whatever you should have very good rapport with the professionals, as I said, but very good rapport with the estate agents also. So if you are having office and if you have nearby estate agents, in and around your office, kindly have very good rapport with them. Keep your cards with them because these people are the people who will give you loan syndication work. These are the people who will give you the income tax clients. These are the people who will give you the RERA clients also, right? बिकॉज जब आप घर खरीदने जाओगे तो पहले ब्रोकर के पास जाते हैं ना, एस्टेट एजेंट के पास. तो वो बंदा होम लोन ले सकता है, फिर उसको होम लोन के लिए इनकम टैक्स रिटर्न की जरूरत पड़ सकती है, कुछ लोन सिंडिकेशन वाला काम आ सकता है. तो वी कैन से शिल्पा शिनगरे, शी इज अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट सिटिंग हियर, तो आप उनके पास जाइए. तो थोड़ा सा रैपो विद एस्टेट एजेंट आल्सो मेक सेंस along with the other professionals, right? Now, if I have to come to the non-traditional areas, which is interesting topic and which I really love to deliver, and I want each and every chartered accountant, whether it's female, the youngsters, the senior, I want you to be in this practice because more the merrier. That is what I feel. There should not be only one or two people who should be controlling or monopolizing this particular field. And the other fraternity, the advocate fraternity, means मैं खुद भी अभी as an advocate I'm practicing. So one more tip, that if you are a chartered accountant, young chartered accountant or a female chartered accountant, kindly do LLB simultaneously because LLB में आपको अगर होना भी है ना फेल, तो आप नहीं हो सकते हो. तो 2-3 साल का है, कर लो. आपकी बहुत फर्क पड़ता है प्रैक्टिस में. बिकॉज जब हम कोटेशन, आई यूज टू गिव कोटेशन एज अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट, फॉर दिस डीन कन्वेंस वर्क और सोसाइटी फॉर्मेशन और हैंड ओवर और एनी लिटिगेशन. तो दे यूज टू कंपेयर. उनको ऐसे लगता था कि शी इज अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट, उसको तो सिर्फ अकाउंट्स आता है, बिलिंग आता है, ऑडिट आता है, ये कहाँ से ये करेगी लिटिगेशन, ये सब टेक्निकल नहीं करेंगे. तो वो एक चैलेंज होता था. और 18% जीएसटी, बिकॉज एडवोकेट्स को जीएसटी नहीं लगता था, तो अपना जो कोटेशन जाता था 18+ वाला, तो वो थोड़ा सा चैलेंजिंग होता था. So that is why I thought of doing LLB, and very happy because I was anyway handling litigation matters also from the cooperatives, even as a chartered accountant. Non-traditional area, as I said, cooperatives, each and every section is a opportunity, right? So, if I have to talk about the section, the starting section, so my act will start with preamble, the objective, then the definition part, and then the how the society formation, the companies act with how to form the society, how to float the society, how to form the companies, right? So, formation will be my opportunity. So, first we will just try to see which are the opportunities. Then in detail, maybe I will try to tell you, give time if time allows permits. Okay. So society formation will be my opportunity. Then like, or let's imagine a chain that you're buying a flat. You're going to buy a flat in a new project, right? So उसमें क्या क्या chain of activities हम लोग करेंगे? So I'll go to the estate agent. He'll show me the flat. I will see the flat. I'll do some research on RERA website because now all the projects are under RERA. So I will do some research, then I'll freeze down or zero down on one of the projects in there. Okay, this is the flat or this is the area or this is the project where I want to invest. So then I'll do the down payment, then I'll do the registration of the flat, agreement मेरा हो जाएगा. फिर जैसे जैसे plinth work हो रहा है demand के हिसाब से मैं payments कर रही हूँ. And then I'll get the possession as desired or as declared by the developer. And then we will be shifting as a family. We will be shifting there in that particular building. And then you will have all those neighbors. And then the issue is the builder is not forming the society. Builder ने 2-3 साल का एडवांस मेंटेनेंस ले लिया एज पर एग्रीमेंट. नाउ ही सेज, रेरा सेज 51% मेंबर्स अगर बुक करते हैं फ्लैट तो ही सपोज टू फॉर्म द लीगल एंटिटी. मोफा, महाराष्ट्र ओनरशिप फ्लैट एक्ट आल्सो यू शुड नो. मोफा सेज 51% फ्लैट्स सेल होने के बाद में विद इन 4 months builder should form the society, and once the society is formed, next 4 months he should give the conveyance of the land and building to the formed entity. So ये भी कायदे में है, but builder तो कुछ बोल ही नहीं रहा है because everybody know what kind of builders are, that particular fraternity. So वो नहीं हो रहा है, and all of a sudden you have got letter from the builder saying that whatever amount each one of you have paid to me, it's exhausted. I'm done with it. Now you have to manage your own project. Then there will be 5-7 people who will be leaders. They'll be talking. They'll be searching for the consultant. ये area में कौन consultant है जो ये cooperative या ये legal entity formation या इसके बारे में बताएगा. Then they'll approach people like us. They'll come to us. Then we will say, yes, sir, you need to form the society first. There should be a legal entity first. Okay. And from there, then you're actually the journey as a cooperative practitioner and RERA practitioner starts. So my first opportunity in cooperatives as non-traditional opportunity would be formation of the society, right? So my RERA Act, which is a special legislation, which is a welfare legislation, which is a central legislation, which talks about, which is a home-centric, a home buyer-centric legislation. It talks about formation, but builder is not forming. MOFA talks about formation, he is not forming. So in cooperative, because RERA can give direction. RERA is कायदा, right? So it gives direction to the builder and developer being the promoter that आपको ये form करके देना है, आपको convince करके देना है, आपको handover करके देना है. But how? It says as per the local act. So which are the local act? Local act means like this MOFA and Maharashtra Cooperative Act. So RERA will give guideline direction that kindly form the society or not form the society. So you will have to come to the registrar who is a regulating authority and then he will form the society, right? So I would advise them कि sir आप non-cooperation में भी कर सकते because Maharashtra Cooperative Society Act and MOFA, they have got, MOFA section 5A, it has got a competent authority, a district deputy registrar, because in cooperatives there is a hierarchy of the departmental official. It starts with assistant registrar or deputy registrar, district deputy registrar, divisional joint registrar, state cabinet minister, and then high court. That is the dispute resolution mechanism also. So if builder is or promoter is not forming the society, so need not be, आप उसको ज़्यादा chase मत करो. 1 or 2 letters for the sake of creating the record for the litigation purpose you create, but you can go under non-cooperation. You can go to the district deputy registrar who is a competent authority under section 5 of MOFA and you can get the society form. If it is a non-cooperation, it will be routed through deputy registrar and DDR office. Once DDR gives the order, so there will be a suit, there will be an application file where builder will be made party and then hearings will happen in DDR office. DDR will give the, after hearing both the parties based on the application, the written submissions, replies, rejoinders, the DDR will pass the order and then based on that order, again, you will have to come to the registrar and then register your immediate registrar, that is assistant registrar or deputy registrar. They will give you the order of the society registration, and you will get the society registration certificate. Now, why this? Whether this assignment is very tricky, very difficult? No, absolutely no. If you know RTI, act well, right? This assignment, your builder is charging 25,000 to 30,000 in Mumbai for formation. Legal charges they take you when you're booking the flats. 30,000 per unit they are taking for formation of the society. We are taking in the range of 5 to 10,000 per unit under non-cooperation. Now just calculate a society, a building of 100 members. I'm taking 5,000 rupees as a minimum amount, and I give this justification to the society or the prospective client कि builder को already आपने 25,000 30,000 भैया दे दिया है, जो आपको return भी नहीं मिलने वाला है. He has taken the money and he is not floating this entity for you. We are sitting here, we will give the society formation done. You have to just pay me 5,000 rupees. So 5,000 into 100, that is 5 lakhs. So my practice from society formation, only one society formation in a year, okay. I need not be doing, 10 crore का practice, 50 crore का practice, उतना मुझे नहीं करना है, ठीक है. हर किसी का एक satisfaction level भी होता है ना. I feel contented, you should be contented enough. तो वो नींद भी बहुत अच्छी आती. So contented enough का जो आपका definition रहेगा, उतना आप काम करो. So एक assignment आपका साल का अगर society formation का होता है, it makes sense. Right? So society formation is something which you should be looking into. कौन करता है मालूम है आपको society formation? It is the 12th pass, BCom graduates, BA, ये लोग developers के साथ, builders के साथ tie up करते हैं, departments में चक्कर लगाते हैं, just form fill करने होते हैं. इसमें कुछ नहीं है, there is no rocket science. आपका कहीं signature नहीं है, आपको कहीं UDIN generate नहीं करना है, कहाँ नहीं कहाँ submit करना है, ना कहीं compliances करने हैं आपको, कुछ नहीं. You are just an intermediary between the society, between the prospective client and the department. That's all. अभी तो हम लोग आउटसोर्स ही करते हैं, मैं तो खुद नहीं करती हूँ. I get it done through the advocates. So I have a face value, I have a brand value. So I will quote 5 lakhs rupees. I will give 50,000 to the advocates and they will do end-to-end work for me. I'm sitting at home. Ola, Uber, उस तरह से आप कर सकते हैं, right? So society formation is something, because इसमें कहीं भी rocket science नहीं है. Hearings होता है ना, तो hearings आप attend कर सकते हैं as a chartered accountant. And we are very good in interpretation skill, analytical skills, reading between the lines. And the best part of appearing before the authorities, you are allowed. There is no need for you to be an advocate or having some, because this is a quasi-judicial authority. What do you mean by quasi-judicial authority? Quasi-judicial authority means these are the administrative authorities given with a judicial charge. तो इनको society भी form करनी है, सब करना है, but compliances देखने हैं, audits related compliances देखने हैं, regulate करना है, monitor करना है जो society form किए उन्होंने. But at the same time, इसी society के अगर कुछ applications हैं, complaints हैं, तो उसको भी hear करने का इनको charge होता है. So there are administrative authorities having judicial power, quasi-judicial, and that is why you can appear. But if it is a cooperative court, if it is a high court, if it is a city civil court, no, I should have sanat. So you as a chartered accountant, you can very well be there in the litigation practice also, right? So society formation is the first assignment that you need to take, because this is a remunerative assignment, and 1 or 2 assignments in a year. If you are having a South Bombay society, so many projects are coming. आप कहीं भी देखो, just एक नजर घुमाओ, आपको समझेगा सब जगह कंस्ट्रक्शन ही कंस्ट्रक्शन चल रहा है. इतनी सारी सोसाइटीज बनने वाली, इतने सारे लोग रहने आएंगे, इतने सारे इनकम टैक्स का काम होगा. अभी ये हो गया मेरा सोसाइटी फॉर्मेशन, मैंने उनको गाइड कर दिया, सोसाइटी फॉर्मेशन हो गया. नेक्स्ट थिंग कम्स इलेक्शन. When society gets formed, there will be a provisional managing committee, so I should know the election procedure, in the housing society. इलेक्शन का मैंने सब उनको बता दिया, डिपार्टमेंट के साथ लाइन अप करके इलेक्शन हो गया, नया मैनेजिंग कमिटी आ गया. नेक्स्ट थिंग कम्स इज हैंड ओवर फ्रॉम द बिल्डर, हैंड ओवर एंड टेक ओवर फ्रॉम द बिल्डर. सो व्हेन आई से हैंड ओवर एंड टेक ओवर फ्रॉम द बिल्डर, माय रेरा प्रोविजन, माय मोफा प्रोविजन sees once the society is formed, the legal entity is formed, the builder, the developer is supposed to hand over the accounts records to the newly formed entity. Now I've written the letter, I've sent the legal notice, my builder is least bothered. He's least bothered in handing over. So again, I can approach the CMDDR under section 5E of MOFA as a competent authority. I can ask the builder to come and appear before the DDR, and the DDR will give an order, and he can, pass an order, and then he will make mandatory for the developer to give the handover. Still, let's say the department or the client say, no, we don't want to, go to the DDR, आप ही कुछ करो. So then you can take the handover takeover assignment. So handover takeover assignments means whatever builder has collected in 2 years or 3 years, because they collect the advance maintenance, they take the advance maintenance from you. So whatever money they have taken from the buyers, the prospective buyers, and whatever expenses they have made on the project, they're supposed to give you the receipt and payment account. So ये accounts का handover, accounts related handover आपको देखना है कि total collection builder ने कितना किया, total expenses कितने किए हैं, और उसमें से ये जो legal entity form हुआ है उसको कुछ payable है या receivable है. Most of the time it is payable. I mean society को ही देना है, builder को ऐसा picture create करते हैं. So there where the need of the advisor and consultant like you and me will come into picture. So it's not pure audit. Handover assignment is not pure audit, because there are societies, there are committee members, and each and every society, the treasurer will be a chartered accountant. 60 to 70% of my practice is from chartered accountants, because they know Shilpa Shingari is in practice, so they'll refer that society. So handover assignment is not a pure audit assignment कि expenses और income को देखा, ऐसे नहीं है. OC date matters. किसने कब position लिया है, builder ने कब position दिया, OC का date क्या है, builder ने कब position दिया है, सामने वाले फ्लैट वाले ने कौन सा पोजीशन लिया है, तो FCAM स्टेटमेंट नॉर्मली दिया जाता है. So we need to reconcile as a consultant, we need to reconcile that figure, and then we have to give that figure to the society saying that, boss, it is not that 50 lakhs you have to pay to the builder. In fact, it is 1 crore which you are supposed to receive from the builder as a corpus, or maybe as a money which he has to give you back. So I will be, as a consultant, end to end, I will be there for this handover assignment, which is as far as the accounts are concerned. I will give the report of the handover audit, and then I will also take handover of the records, because builder must have filed the, he has got all the approvals of my project. He has got so many MCs for the project. So everything, all originals, my sketches, my blueprints, my pipeline design, my water, whatever water pipeline, electricity sketching, everything is with the builder. I have formed the society now. I'm a legal entity independently acting. So now all these things should be passed on to the entity. So my job as a consultant would be to getting all those things. I will sit with the builder's office, legal team, the accounts team. So my people will go, I will go, we will have series of meetings, and then we will conclude this assignment of handover takeover with due sign off by all the tripartite. I mean, it's society, me and builder. So that assignment also we charge anything between 1 lakh to 10 lakh. Minimum. If it is a small society, we charge 1 lakh minimum. Then it is ranging. Let's say if it's Chembur society, it's different. If it is South Bombay society, it's different. If it is Navi Mumbai society, it's different. So area wise, location wise, you can charge. But anything between 1 to 10 lakhs would be your handover takeover assignment, right? Then the next comes is in the line is the conveyance, which is, again, everybody knows that there is a bus, conveyance, redevelopment. There are so many old societies in Mumbai, western suburb, eastern suburb, central suburb, all old societies, they have to go for the redevelopment because of the 30 plus years of their, structure that it's getting dilapidated. So they have to go for the redevelopment. So redevelopment consultancy is also where, you are needed as a chartered accountant, because there is something called as PMC, project management consultant, where it's four professionals are needed: chartered accountant, advocate, civil engineer, and the architect. So you can be, get assigned, means if you have got client, society clientele, so if that society is going for a redevelopment, so redevelopment consultancy also will pay you in percentage terms. So if the project is going on for 3 years, if the project is of 10 crores, so you can charge 1% or 0.5%, for 3 years for whatever consultancy, drafting skills, whatever. I mean, development agreement drafting, PAAA drafting, income tax, GST related issues. So for everything, they'll come to you. So redevelopment consultancy also will pay you very good amount. So before redevelopment, that society has to go for the conveyance, because unless and until the conveyance is done, the society cannot go for the redevelopment. So जो society भी redevelopment के लिए, उतनी सारी societies conveyance के लिए भी है. जो societies नई float हो रही हैं, उनको भी 4 महीने में बिल्डर को कन्वेंस करके देना. ये मुफा में लिखा है. रेरा से ओसी आने के बाद में within 3 months the promoter has to give the conveyance. What is conveyance? Conveyance is जो मेरा land parcel है, जो मेरा layout है, जिसपे मेरा structure खड़ा है, right? So this is my layout, and on this is my structure. This is my building. So there is a landowner, and there is so ये landowner ने development agreement किया है builder के साथ. So development rights are for building, development rights are with the builder. Land is in name of someone else. So there is a landowner and there is a developer. तो when I bought a flat with 20,000 per square feet basis पे 20,000 के रेट से मैंने फ्लैट लिया है. आज के डेट में अगर आप मार्केट रेडी रेकनर कॉस्ट देखोगे, कंस्ट्रक्शन कॉस्ट इन मुंबई, it is 3,000 to 3,500. Then what for I have paid 20,000 to the builder? So it is towards the land cost and the profit of the builder. That means, and that is why there is a provision in MOFA and RERA that once OC comes, the builder and the landowner, they are defined as promoters. They should transfer this right title interest in the land and in the building to the proposed or the society or the legal entity which is being formed. That is what the conveyance is. So conveyance means when the builder suo moto willingly he says, हाँ भैया अभी मैंने आपको project handover कर दिया, no FSI is pending, I'm giving handover, I'm giving you conveyance. So that is called as regular conveyance. But when builder, promoter, they are not coming forward, that आपने letters लिखे 2 साल, 4 साल, 5 साल, 10 साल हो गया, they're not coming forward. You don't know, you as a society, you don't know who is the promoter, ये land किसके नाम का था, वो company अभी है, वो partnership था, वो partners अभी जिंदा है, उनके legal heir कौन है, you don't know anything. आप PR कार्ड देख रहे हो, PR कार्ड पे आपको 10 लोगों के नाम दिख रहे हैं वो पर्टिकुलर प्लॉट में CTS नंबर पे, तो ये सारे लोगों को आपको लूप में लेके आप अगेन अंडर नॉन कोऑपरेशन आप जा रहे हो. बिल्डर खुद करके दे रहा है तो उसको रेगुलर कन्वेंस बोलते हैं, अगर बिल्डर नहीं करके देता है तो उसको डीम कन्वेंस का रूट जो मोफा में 2008 में प्रोविजन आया है. तो अगेन इसके लिए हम लोग नॉन कोऑपरेशन में हम लोग जाएंगे सेक्शन 5 ऑफ मोफा. DDR डिस्ट्रिक्ट डेप्यूटी रजिस्ट्रार ऑफ माय एरिया, माय वार्ड, I will put an application to the registrar. I will make the landowner and the builder and whoever is available. I could see on the property card कि इनका नाम है ये पर्टिकुलर जगह के लिए एज ओनर. सो सबको मुझे पार्टी बना के मुझे एप्लीकेशन करना है 2000 का स्टैम्प पेपर लगा के with prayers that I should be getting a unilateral dim conveyance of so much area. I will take the architect certificate, so I should have the connects of the architect. And then the DDR public notice निकालेंगे, hearings होगा, replies होंगे, rejoinders होंगे, हमारे एप्लीकेशन को सामने वाला रिप्लाई देगा, उसके रिप्लाई को हम रिजॉइंडर फाइल करेंगे, फिर ओरल आर्ग्यूमेंट होगा, फिर मैटर क्लोज फॉर ऑर्डर होगा, फिर DDR ऑर्डर निकालेगा. दिस इज द फर्स्ट टाइम इन डीम्ड कन्वेंस which you as a chartered accountant you can handle. Nowhere your signature, nowhere your signatures, it's all managing committee signature. Only is your representational skills, argumental skills, your writing skills, drafting skills, your analytical skills, thinking beyond, reading between the lines, reading the maps, basic understanding of the layout plan दिखता कैसे है, क्या होता है प्रोफॉर्मा, ये क्या है, फ्लोर प्लान क्या है, what is FSI, what is TDR, so certain terms, fungible FSI क्या, what is it, so you should know DCPRs also, you should know, you know, so ये सारा आपको थोड़ा थोड़ा मालूम होना चाहिए. और आपको मालूम नहीं है तो आपके साथ वो सब लोग होने चाहिए जो इसमें सब्जेक्ट मैटर एक्सपर्ट है, SMEs है, राइट. सो ये असाइनमेंट में DDR को ऑर्डर लेके आऊंगी, फिर उसके बाद में हम लोग ड्राफ्ट करेंगे कन्वेंस डीड, फिर उसके बाद में हम लोग वो वेटिंग करके लेंगे DDR ऑफिस से, फिर ये कन्वेंस डीड पे कितना स्टैम्प ड्यूटी लगेगा, बिकॉज वॉट एवर एनी डॉक्यूमेंट और अग्रीमेंट इन इंडिया इट इज टू बी स्टैम्प्ड, यू नो, स्टैम्प एक्ट एंड द महाराष्ट्र स्टैम्प एक्ट, तो स्टैंपिंग कितने का आएगा, तो दैट प्रोसेस इज कॉल्ड एज एडजुडिकेशन. So DDR will give me a letter addressed to the collector of stamps. So I have to take the make the application in collector of stamps for the adjudication. I have to submit all the agreements on process that adjudication department का thing. वहां से मेरा कन्वेंस डेट एडजुडिकेट होके आ जाएगा. फिर मुझे वो लेके जाना है सब रजिस्ट्रार फॉर रजिस्ट्रेशन. सो आई शुड नो समथिंग अबाउट द रजिस्ट्रेशन, वेयर आर द रजिस्ट्रेशन ऑफिसर्स, हाउ द रजिस्ट्रेशन इज हैपनिंग, व्हाट इज DSC, व्हाट इज PD, पब्लिक डेटा एंट्री कैसे करना है, क्या करना है, उसके एक्सपर्ट्स कौन है, उसके कौन लोग हैं क्लर्क से जो मुझे हेल्प कर सकते हैं. तो डिपार्टमेंट में थोड़ा आपको विजिट करना होगा, थोड़ा रैपो डेवलप करना होगा. रजिस्ट्रेशन ऑफ कन्वेंस डीड हो जाएगा. फिर उसके बाद मुझे PR कार्ड या 7/12 में नाम चढ़ाना है सोसाइटी का, तो आई हैव टू गो टू द तलाटी ऑफिस, सिटी सर्वे ऑफिस. वो प्रोसीजर मुझे मालूम होना चाहिए, वो ऑफिस मुझे मालूम होना चाहिए. तो गूगल पे तो भैया गूगल बाबा की सब मिलता है, राइट टू इंफॉर्मेशन एक्ट में सब मिल जाता है. तो जब PR कार्ड में मैंने एप्लीकेशन किया, PR कार्ड वालों ने नोटिस इश्यू किया, हियरिंग हुआ, मेरे सोसाइटी का नाम PR कार्ड में आ गया, दैट मीन्स ये प्रोसेस मेरा कन्वेंस का खत्म हो गया. इसका चार्ज हम लोग मिनिमम 10,000 ऑनवर्ड्स मुंबई में लेते हैं, 10,000 to 15,000, 25,000, 30,000 डिपेंडिंग अपॉन विच इज द लोकेशन, what is the complexity in the matter, whether there is only one structure, whether it is a private land, whether it is a lease land, whether it is MHADA, whether it is CIDCO, whether there are 2-3 societies in the society, whether there is a federation and it's a larger layout. So ये सब ध्यान में रख के फिर हम लोग कोटेशन देते हैं. So there is no standard as such, But anything between 10,000 to 25, 30,000 would be your deemed conveyance charges for the society. So just देखो, अभी suppose 100 member society, you are charging 10,000 minimum. So 10 lakhs, उसमें से आप 5 लाख minus भी करो या 4 लाख minus भी करो as a out of pocket. If you are giving, I'm not giving. So आप उतना आपका revenue है. This is one assignment that will give. So साल में आपने 4 या 5 असाइनमेंट भी कर ली ना तो काफी है. कहीं साइन नहीं भैया, फ्रीडम, फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी, हियरिंग्स होते हैं ना, तो जब आप एप्लीकेशन करते हो तभी एक आपको टाइम देना पड़ता है, ड्राफ्टिंग वगैरह. बाद में तो डेट्स लगते हैं, जाना है बस, अपियर करना है, जो मैटर है उसके बारे में बोलना है. एंड व्हाट यूज्ड टू पिंच मी, यू नो, व्हेन आई यूज्ड टू अटेंड एंड अपियर फॉर द हियरिंग्स, आई यूज्ड टू सी स्मॉल किड्स लाइक, यू नो, बीएलएस, जो 12th करने के बाद में 5 साल का बीएलएस करते हैं, या बीकॉम होने के बाद में 3 साल का एलएलबी किया, वो लोग डीडीआर के सामने अपियर करते हैं. बट मेरी चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स, बहुत रेयर आई यूज्ड टू फाइंड, बहुत पिंच होता था कि व्हाई सीएस आर नॉट टेकिंग दिस फील्ड. एंड नथिंग इज रॉकेट साइंस. डिपार्टमेंटल ऑफिशियल्स, डिपार्टमेंटल क्लर्क्स, दोस बॉयज, यू नो, जैसे इनकम टैक्स, जीएसटी में आप करते हो ना ट्रिब्यूनल प्रैक्टिस वगैरह, तो वहां कहाँ आपके पास ये प्रिंसिपल, सेक्रेटरी और क्या कमिश्नर, इनके नंबर होते हैं. हमारे पास है इनकम टैक्स ऑफिसर, हम तो राजू, संजू, विजू, उसके साथ ही हमारा पाला पड़ता है. उसी तरह आप डिपार्टमेंट में घूमो, यू नो, जब तक आप जाओगे नहीं, रैपो डेवलप नहीं करोगे, वो लोग आपके साथ नहीं, क्योंकि वो लोग ही आपको गाइड करते हैं, ये ऐसा करना है, ये फॉर्म भरना है, ये करना है, मॅडम असं करायचं, असं करायचं, असं करायचं. त्याला देऊन टाका पैसे मोकळे. 5,000 दिले, 2,000 दिले, तो माणूस एकदम खुश तुमचं सगळं काम करणार. तो थोडासा प्रॅक्टिकल पण तुम्हाला राहायला लागतं, आणि यू नीड टू एन्जॉय दी असाइनमेंट. सो डीम कन्व्हेन्स इज समथिंग आय वुड really suggest that at least not all the areas, but at least deemed conveyance also you should look into, because there are 2.30 lakh societies in Maharashtra. उसमें से 1.25 से 1.5 लाख societies are housing societies, and उसमें से hardly 15 to 20% of the societies का conveyance हुआ है. This is the statistics of the cooperative department. So kindly get involved in the conveyance or deemed conveyance opportunity also. Then I would touch upon the one more assignment which is very remunerative, that is recovery certificate, because you will find each and every cooperative society will have outstandings, right? So as I said, in Cooperative Act Section 101 for non-housing societies and Section 154B29 for housing societies, again same thing. It's a wonderful provision given, beautiful provision in the Act. It says that without the intervention of the court, it is a registrar who will issue the certificate of recovery कि इतना पैसा ये सोसाइटी का ड्यू है मेंबर के अगेंस्ट, provided the society has followed all the provisions, everything is correct, there is no compound interest, resolutions and all is proper, ledger of that member is updated. So if all the things are perfect and correct, then 99% the certificate is issued in the favor of the society, because एक member पैसा नहीं देता है तो वो burden दूसरे member पे आता है. It's a cooperation, and that is why this provision is inserted in the act. So registrar will issue the certificate, and this is a conclusive certificate. The word uses is a conclusive certificate. That means it is not going to be challenged anywhere. Only revision is possible. You cannot appeal against this certificate. That is the beauty of this provision. And what is the beauty? So if let's say there is, my society has put an application against me for the recovery, and society, the order is in favor of the society. I want to challenge that. So act says you can't challenge. You can only go in revision. Revision means उधर सिर्फ ऊपर वाला अथॉरिटी क्या देखेगा कि मुझे अपॉर्चुनिटी ऑफ बीइंग हर्ड दिया है या नहीं, मेरा एप्लीकेशन ठीक से स्क्रूटिनाइज हुआ है क्या नहीं, ऑर्डर में कुछ गलती है क्या, इतना ही देके वो रिमांड बैक होता है. बट if I have to even invoke the provision of revision, I need to pay 50% to the society first. Unless and until I make the payment of 50% of the recovery certificate amount, my revision application is not entertained by the district deputy registrars. That is the beauty. And this account, this assignment will also give you a handsome revenue, because suppose तो ये भी हम लोग कैसे, कितना आउटस्टैंडिंग है, पूछते कि सर कितने साल से आउटस्टैंडिंग है, कितना आउटस्टैंडिंग है, राइट? And then you know, minimum it is 30,000 to 50,000, 1 lakh to 5 lakh, 6 lakhs. There are societies from Ville Parle जहाँ 60 lakhs, 80 lakhs आउटस्टैंडिंग था. हर सीए, हर एडवोकेट ने हाथ खड़े कर दिए थे कि ये असाइनमेंट हम लोग नहीं करेंगे, क्योंकि इसमें ईडी ने सीज किया हुआ है प्रॉपर्टी, द पर्सन इज बिहाइंड द बार, यू नो, द प्रिजन, वो इश्यूज की वजह से. तो सोसाइटी अप्रोच मी बिकॉज देयर वाज a chartered accountant in the committee, and he said कि मैडम कोई काही करत नहीं है, everybody says we will not touch this society, it is risky, so I just want to know whether you will do it. I said I'll do it sir. क्या करेगा, गन शॉट करके मार देगा और क्या करेगा, I'll do it. right? And I did that assignment and charged handsomely, and they paid me. And I got the recovery certificate for that society. And it is imperative, because unless and until you have the recovery certificate, how will you will prove to the other agencies, like कोई बैंक है जो सीज कर रहा है सरफेसी में, अगर वो फ्लैट को ऑक्शन करना चाहता है, you should, the society will also have charge on that flat, right, for non-payment of the maintenance. And that is why it is obligatory on the part of the managing committee to actually put an application for the recovery certificate if the maintenance is not paid more than 3 months, 3 bills, right? So this is something, this assignment is also, I would say I enjoy this assignment, because again, as I said, representation skill, drafting skill, analytical skill, fearless approach, understanding of the subject, and even as a chartered accountant, being non-judicial authority, non-quasi-judicial authority, you can appear before the registrar, and this assignment you can do. Then there are other assignments, like drafting assignments आएगा आपके पास PR कार्ड related work आएगा, OC related work आएगा, BMC related इनको notices आते हैं, NA related notices आते हैं societies को. So हर जितनी भी departments हाउसिंग सोसाइटी से रिलेटेड है, वो हर जगह से कुछ ना कुछ आता है, तो वो काम भी आप कर सकते हैं. एनए का नोटिस आता है, किसी सोसाइटी को डिमांड आ गया, तो वो कलेक्टर ऑफिस में उसको अपील करना होता है. सो दैट वर्क यू कैन डू. सो लिटिगेशन इज समथिंग, एंड द ब्यूटी ऑफ लिटिगेशन प्रैक्टिस इज अगेन, एक मैटर आपको 2 मैटर कंफर्म करता है, बिकॉज अगर ऑर्डर मेरे खिलाफ है तो आई विल चैलेंज, सो उसका एक एडिशनल मैटर बनता है, तो उसकी सेपरेट फीस होती है. अगर मैटर मेरे फेवर में, तो सामने वाला विल चॅलेंज, तो उसके लिए सोसायटी बोलेगी मॅडम आपल्याला अपेअर करायचंय तुम्हाला, तर माझी दुसरी फी असणार त्याला. असा एंगेजमेंट अँड अपॉइंटमेंट लेटर मध्ये आम्ही लिहूनच देतो. So one matter will have minimum 2 assignments from the litigation. So litigation practice is something you should explore, right? Then there are assignments डिपार्टमेंट के साथ भी आपकी असाइनमेंट्स हो सकती है. डिपार्टमेंट में पैनल है, जैसे एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर का पैनल होता है, इलेक्शन ऑफिसर का पैनल होता है, इंक्वायरी ऑफिसर का पैनल होता है. सो देर आर दिस, यू कैन बी ऑन द पैनल, एंड दैट कैन बी एन अपॉर्चुनिटी वेयर यू कैन अर्न मनी. देन जैसे मैंने हाउसिंग में बताया, वैसे ही आप पद संस्था में, बैंक में आप ऑडिट्स कर सकते हो, कंकरेंट ऑडिट कर सकते हो, सिस्टम ऑडिट कर सकते हो, इफ यू आर डिजर्व क्वालिफाइड. पद संस्था का, अर्बन कोऑपरेटिव बैंक का सिस्टम ऑडिट तो कंपलसरी है अर्बन कोऑपरेटिव बैंक का. और पद संस्था को कंपलसरी करने के लिए मैंने रिप्रेजेंटेशन दिया था इन 2017-18. केतन भाई, यू कैन रिवाइव दैट रिप्रेजेंटेशन, एंड we can get more and more chartered accountants as system audits also in credit societies and banks. So that is the assignment. Internal audits you can do, project funding, loan funding, everything. Then there are other sections, investment consultancy, जैसे मैंने बोला. फिर कंपनीज में जैसे अमालगमेशन है, मर्जर है, डीमर्जर है, तो वो भी यहाँ है. हाउसिंग सोसाइटी में है, बैंक्स में, बैंक्स आर गेटिंग मर्ज, बैंक्स आर गेटिंग डीमर्ज. सो एवरीथिंग इन what I can say, whatever, each and every section in cooperative is your opportunity. Now this cooperative and RERA goes hand in hand, because मैंने project में invest किया, project is registered under RERA, so I will invoke all the provisions. So if I don't want to go to under MOFA to district deputy registrar for non-cooperation, non-formation, I mean formation under non-cooperation, or handover under non-cooperation, और डीम कन्वेंस, सो मुझे वहां नहीं जाना है, तो आई एडवाइस क्लाइंट्स की वहां क्यों पैसा खर्चा करना है, चलो हम लोग रेरा का फोरम जो है ना, उसको हम लोग इन अप्रोच करते हैं, एंड आई टेक दैट क्लाइंट टू रेरा फोरम, राइट. सो रेरा में भी अगर आप देखोगे सेक्शन 56 ऑफ रेरा विच टॉक्स अबाउट हु आर द प्रोफेशनल्स हु कैन अपीयर बिफोर द अथॉरिटी. सो देयर इज महारेरा अथॉरिटी विच इज द बेसिक अथॉरिटी, फर्स्ट लेवल अथॉरिटी. देयर इज अ 3 tier system in रेरा, right? So there is a Maharera authority, then there is appellate tribunal, and then there is high court. That is how your dispute goes, right? So Maharera में आप अगर रेरा कायदा देखोगे section 56 में, you will be surprised who are the first professionals to appear before the authority. Who are the first professionals? It is chartered accountant first, then comes this company secretary, then cost accountant, and then comes the advocate. Advocates are on 4th number in the act under section 56. So RERA ने भी आपको allow किया है as a chartered accountant. So RERA litigation practice is also wonderful practice. All hearings are happening online. All submissions are online. कहीं जाने की जरूरत ही नहीं है आपको. कहीं जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. So आप रेरा का प्रोजेक्ट रजिस्ट्रेशन कर सकते हैं. अगर आपके जो बिल्डर डेवलपर क्लाइंट्स हैं, तो उनको सिर्फ इनकम टैक्स, ऑडिट और टैक्सेशन का मत दीजिए सर. आप वो पोर्टफोलियो एक्सप्लॉइट कीजिए रेरा प्रैक्टिस के लिए, बिकॉज यही बिल्डर क्लाइंट आपके किसी और सीए को लेके या किसी और एडवोकेट को लेके ये रेरा वाले काम कर रहे हैं, तो उनको आप रेरा के वर्टिकल में लेके आइए. एक्सप्लॉइट योर एग्जिस्टिंग बिल्डर क्लाइंटल पोर्टफोलियो फॉर योर रेरा वर्क. So you can do project registration, compliances, quarterly compliances are required under RERA for the builder. You can do that. There are certain certificates. Whenever a builder or developer wants to withdraw the money from the account, he has to take certificate from 4 or 3 like architect, civil engineer, and chartered accountant. So you can give that certificate practice, you can do compliance practice, you can do. There is statutory audit which is mandated in RERA. Each project needs to be audited, and that audit has to be done by the chartered accountant. So you can be a statutory auditor for RERA audit also. So take that also. Then there are estate agents who are also, they have to get registered under RERA if they have to sell flat in the project. So real estate agent can also be your clients. You can do registration for real estate agent also. So it is registration, compliances, audit, and the litigation. And then let's say you have client who is, as I said, delayed position hai, ya abhi mere paas jo aaya na, almost 70 people they have approached me for one project, where they have not got the position, and there is an issue of the parking. Few of them they have got a position, parking is not as per the, how much the vehicle ko jo parking hona chahiye wo nahi hai. So 70 people we will be filing a common complaint after forming the association. So I have 2 assignments there. I will float the company, I will form the association first, legal entity first, and then under the legal entity I will put the application for 70 buyers. So 70 buyers mein maine unko minimum, I said normally for one RERA litigation, minimum we charge 50 to 60,000 at the base level. Minimum 50 to 60, because nothing, everything is like PDF upload karo, Precipi upload करो, आपके एडिशनल डॉक्यूमेंट्स अपलोड करो, मिसलेनियस एप्लीकेशन, आपको कहीं जाने की जरूरत नहीं रहेगा कि अभी हियरिंग भी ऑनलाइन होता है, तो यू नीड नॉट हैव टू गो, तो यू कैन फैक्टर इन और डिस्काउंट द फीस. So 50 to 60,000 at the base level we charge. Again, suppose if it is one client will charge 60, 70, 10 clients will say, okay, you give us 40,000, अगर बंचे तो इनको हम लोगों ने 30,000 बोला है, तो 70 into 30, just imagine what kind of volume you will have in RERA also. Project or registration also, it is minimum 50,000 to 1 lakh, depending upon how big the project is. Compliances, you can do anything. I mean, quarterly basis, you can charge, returnership you can do. Here also in housing cooperatives, people, societies will come out with a scope. They would like you to be a returner, like transfer transmission matter. जैसे कोई flat transfer हो रहा है, तो they want legal consultant or written opinion. There are n number of things. There are issues with the departmental official. उनके letters आते हैं. कोई member है जो complainant है, उसको reply देना है. तो they want you to hire as a retainer. So आप retainership भी ले सकते हैं 15,000, 20,000, 25,000 per महीना, या depending upon whatever size of the society and how they want to give you. Then accounting is also one of the area where you can think that accounting, जैसे आपको मालूम है Zipgrade, अड्डा या JLL, जो big projects they handle, they give end-to-end service related to account, minutes writing, managerial services. They provide the managers also, on-site managers, and they charge 2 lakhs, 2.5 lakhs per month from the societies. And there are people, there are GDCAs, they are doing this. They are charging 50,000, 1 lakh per month from the societies. They provide the society manager, they train the society managers. We also train the society manager. We also have 30, 40 society managers with us. And if society wants, we give them, we depute them on the societies. Then there are registers to be updated, minutes to be written. So all this managerial work also you can take up. And there is less investment. I mean, अकाउंटिंग सॉफ्टवेयर आप कोई भी एक ले लो और उसमें आप अकाउंटिंग करो, सोसाइटी का टैली करो. टैली इज आल्सो एक्सेप्टेबल if society is not big size. So you can do accounting job also. Accounting be 100 rupees per member minimum per month we are charging for the accounting and billing. So that is one area which you can look at it as a practice area other than the audit. And then I have also done 2 assignments as of now for the software vetting, because I have expert domain field expertise. There are 2 people, 2 software companies, they came out with software for the housing society modules. So they got each and every module, vetted by me, and I charge them handsomely. So this is also some assignment which can really trigger. And then I'm just talking about the state law, but there is multi-state cooperative law also, जो मैंने initially आपको बोला. तो ये multi-state cooperative means जो banks है, multi-state cooperative bank, इसका भी ऑडिट, इसका भी टैक्सेशन, इसका जीएसटी, इसका प्रोजेक्ट फंडिंग, इसके कंप्लायंसेस, इसके क्वार्टरली, हाफ ईयरली, एनुअल कंप्लायंसेस, व्हाटएवर उनके रिकवरी के इश्यूज, उनकी इन्वेस्टमेंट कंसल्टेंसी, उनका अमालगमेशन, उनका मर्जर, डीमर्जर. सो इट्स लाइक humongous job opportunities you have. And then there also in multi-state, there is a panel of the auditor, and only person or only professional who can audit is chartered accountant. So you can think of the multi-state cooperatives also. So this is something, you know, I feel that a lot of things are there in cooperatives, and payment you get gracefully. आज असाइनमेंट किया, डीम कन्वेंस का प्रोग्रेसिव पेमेंट है मेरा, आज मेरा डीडीआर का ऑर्डर आ गया, 50,000 का पेमेंट आ गया। एडजुडिकेशन में डाल दिया, 1 लाख का पेमेंट आ गया। एडजुडिकेशन हो गया, नेक्स्ट 50,000 रिलीज हो गया। रजिस्ट्रेशन में डाला, नेक्स्ट 50,000 आया। सो आपका जो फ्लो है वो रेगुलर है, एंड सिंस इट इज फ्रॉम द कॉमन पूल, सोसाइटी के अकाउंट से पैसा देता है, किसी इंडिविजुअल को आपको पैसा नहीं देना है, तो पेमेंट्स इट कम्स रियली ग्रेसफुली, एंड इफ यू डू गुड वर्क, people will refer you to the other societies, and it really works. And so if you 3 or 4 of you can come, you can also have something called as polyclinic, जैसे डॉक्टर्स का होता है ना, कोई डेंटिस्ट है, कोई डर्मैट है, कोई ENT स्पेशलिस्ट है या कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट है, तो why we chartered accountants we can't think of having a polyclinic sort of thing कि जो कोई एक अकाउंट्स का कर रहा है वर्टिकल, कोई ऑडिट कर रहा है, कोई सिर्फ एडवाइजरी एंड कंसल्टेंसी कर रहा है, कोई सिर्फ मार्केटिंग काम लेके आ रहा है, कोई सिर्फ कन्वेंस कर रहा है। जैसे प्रभु साहब के ऑफिस में भी आप देखोगे तो ये डिविजन है, ये डेलीगेशन या डिविजन है, ये वर्टिकल्स है। सो दैट काइंड ऑफ सेटअप, यू नो, एवरीबडी कैन हैव, and I think your basic knowledge, basic technical knowledge, your allied law knowledge, your interest, your confidence level, the way you enjoy the assignment, the way you look at the sector, your mindset should be clear that it's not scary, it is not scams always. So much, you know, इतना expectation है ये sector का आपसे, so the sectoral expertise will give you the tag of being expert, and it really feels good, you know, even if you are out of session for 4-5 days, people wait for you, जैसे नहीं मैडम आप आने के बाद में कर लेते हैं एक मीटिंग। यही अगर आप ऑडिटर हो, जीएसटी का रिटर्न बनना आप नहीं कर सकते हो, मुझे ये बिल्कुल पहले से ही नहीं, कोई मेरे दिमाग पे बैठा तो मैं नहीं कर सकती हूँ। पहले ही मालूम था कि मैं इंडस्ट्री में सर्वाइव नहीं हो पाऊंगी, कोई मुझे इसी टाइम पे आना है, इसी टाइम पे ये देना है। सो दैट वाज द पॉइंट, ट्रिगर पॉइंट, कि मुझे प्रैक्टिस करनी है, एंड इट शुड बी एज पर मेरी मर्जी। सो ये मेरी मर्जी से प्रैक्टिस करना जो है वो आपको कोऑपरेटिव्स एंड रेरा का प्रैक्टिस दे सकता है। एंड एज आई सेड, एन नंबर ऑफ थिंग्स, कितने भी लॉट आप स्टैम्प ड्यूटी रजिस्ट्रेशन वाला काम करो, हर फ्लैट रजिस्टर्ड होता है। हम लोग कितने सारे स्टैम्प ड्यूटी रजिस्ट्रेशन के काम करते हैं। स्टैम्प ड्यूटी रजिस्ट्रेशन में हम लोग क्या करते हैं, एक बंदा डेप्यूटेड है जिसको हम लोग एक 8,000 10,000 देते हैं पर असाइनमेंट, वो वहां डिपार्टमेंट में सब देता है, उसके अगेंस्ट हम लोग 30-40,000 चार्ज करते हैं स्टैम्प ड्यूटी। अगर एग्रीमेंट कोई रजिस्टर करके देना है, गिफ्ट डीड है, रिलीज डेट बना के दो, आप स्ट्रक्चर भी तो करते हो ना क्लाइंट के लिए। तो ये स्टैम्प ड्यूटी रजिस्ट्रेशन वाला काम भी अगर महीने में सपोज आपने 2 या 4 स्टैम्प ड्यूटी रजिस्ट्रेशन के ही काम कर दिए, लीव एंड लाइसेंस एग्रीमेंट वगैरह, इसमें भी कहीं देखो ब्रोकर काम करते हैं, स्टेट एजेंट ये सब करते हैं, तो वो थोड़ी एडवोकेट है। तो यू एज अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट ऑल्सो कैन टेक दैट एरिया ऑल्सो। सो कोऑपरेटिव्स में जो कुछ भी मैंने अभी बताया उसमें से एक आधा एरिया भी एज अ मैटर फॉर जस्ट टू स्टार्ट विद, इफ यू सेलेक्ट एंड यू एक्सपर्टीज, और आप उस पर काम करना शुरू करो ना, तो इतना आप कमाओगे, इतना आपको सेटिस्फेक्शन आएगा, आपको लगेगा मैं ये ऑडिट्स अकाउंट सब छोड़ दूंगा, कहीं के कुछ सिग्नेचर्स नहीं, कुछ नहीं। सो दैट इज वाई मुझे कुछ फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता था कि मेरा सीओपी है नहीं है, बिकॉज हम लोग ऑडिट्स नहीं करते थे, टैक्स ऑडिट कभी नहीं किया था, मुझे मालूम भी नहीं है टैक्स ऑडिट कैसे करना है। तो आई सेड फॉरगेट इट, चलो husband was CA, so okay, he is there as an advocate, I can take up a deal with that। and मेरे मैटर्स जो अपील में जाते थे, जहां बिकॉज मेरे पास सनद नहीं था, तो मुझे कोऑपरेटिव कोर्ट में या हाई कोर्ट में अपियर करना बहुत डिफिकल्ट होता था। सो आई यूज्ड टू गिव माय मैटर्स टू द एडवोकेट्स। सो उनसे ब्रीफिंग लेना, उनको कॉल करो, अरे हुआ क्या, मेरे क्लाइंट का क्या हुआ, ये हुआ वो हुआ। तो आई थॉट चलो मैं खुद ही LLB कर लेती हूँ, एंड बाय गॉड्स ग्रेस 2 साल तो ऑनलाइन में ही गए कोविड की वजह से, और हो गया LLB भी। So it's my humble appeal to all the practitioners, please think cooperatives very positively. There is no difference between cooperatives and corporate. They run parallel, and I'm very happy and I feel proud that I'm into this sector. And whatever possible, I will try to do. And there are other opportunities also, but positive because of the positive of the time. Whatever possible in traditional and non-traditional areas, I try to give it to you। I mean मेजर असाइनमेंट जो मुझे लगा कि ये आपको करने चाहिए, इसमें आपकी जरूरत है, एडवाइजरी एंड कंसल्टेंसी की, रिटन ओपिनियन, लीगल ओपिनियन, कितने सारे मैटर के आप कर सकते हैं। सो यू आर वेलकम, एनी हेल्प यू नीड teething issues you will face. So you can get back to me. We can share the assignment also, because I feel first assignment you should always share with the expert or the whoever, I mean maybe advocate or whoever person, because next assignment आपको खुद मालूम होता है कि आप क्या 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 करना है, वो ट्रेल आप भी रखते हो, तो नेक्स्ट असाइनमेंट आप उसको शेयर नहीं करो, रादर देन सेइंग नो एंड गेटिंग जीरो मनी, बिकॉज कोई क्लाइंट आ रहा है और आपको कुछ पूछा और आप बोल नहीं मैंने ये कभी किया नहीं है, मैं सिर्फ ऑडिट करता हूँ, इनकम टैक्स करती हूँ, आई डोंट नो, द मोमेंट यू से नो दैट पर्सन विल नॉट कम टू योर ऑफिस अगेन, एंड वो बाहर जाके बोलेगा कि बाहर सीए का बोर्ड लगा है और इनको तो कुछ नहीं आता है, सो 10 और क्लाइंट वो तोड़ेगा, तो उससे अच्छा उसको हाँ बोलो, कॉल अप योर फ्रेंड, गूगल पे जाओ, जो कंसल्टेंट है जो एक्सपर्ट है उसको बोलो ऐसा असाइनमेंट आता है, आप तू चार्ज कर ले, मुझे इतना इतना परसेंटेज दे दे, काम खत्म। तो कुछ जीरो मिलने से 5,000 10,000 50,000 कुछ ना कुछ तो पॉकेट में आएगा, सो have that kind of attitude. So my job is to ignite you, to welcome you into this field, and any kind of help I'm there. Okay, and YouTube videos वगैरह आप blogs वगैरह read करना शुरू करो. With this, thanks a lot Team WRC for this wonderful opportunity to interact with the member, to deliver whatever I know something about cooperatives and RERA. Thanks Ketan bhai, Jinal, Fenil, Piyush ji. Yeah, thank you. I will sign off. Thanks.
Shilpa ma'am, just a second. I would like to actually thank on behalf of all the participants in WRC. I was looking the way you were saying, and it was like you are passionate about it, and it really brings a lot of spark when you discuss and share all your
Because I
experience.
was asked to share the PPT, I never deliver my session on PPTs, whether it is technical session, accounts and audit. No, because then people just look at the PPTs. You should know
Yeah.
practically what is in that,
Yeah, I guess it's really helped like everyone who is going to practice and is in practice, and they might actually take up a lot of things
Correct,
from you
correct.
today. Yeah,
Correct.
thank you so much for being
Thanks.
part of
My
this
pleasure.
session.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.